This is a Misfit Nation production.
You want to be in front of the cartel?
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the studio, they are the most dangerous podcast in sports entertainment. Crishaun the Don and Wunda from Kayfabe Kartel.
You're staying. You belong to the cartel now.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most dangerous podcast in sports entertainment.
Kayfabe. You ready? It's the Kayfabe Kartel.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here to talk about the greatest predetermined sport in the world.
Volleyball.
I was going to say NBA, NFL.
NFL's definitely.
Yeah. But they're not better than the art of luchadors.
The art of luchadors.
The lucha art.
The lucha art. Lucha art.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, the Kayfabe Kartel, talk about this week in wrestling. We're also going to talk about some this week in wrestling history, huh? A little later.
Becoming those snobs, huh?
Give
Cody could do it, baby. We could do it too.
Well, you know what? I think it's important that we do that because there's too much. Like you talked about last week, how there's like it's virgin incel nerds who are all pro wrestling historians.
Yeah.
I think we can give a different aspect to pro wrestling history.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's get into the current events first. Where would you? I'll give you the reins here. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with. I mean, we started with them last week. We could start it this week again. We could go into the anticipation of seeing what the Wyatt Six was going to bring next.
Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's gonna bring us to our. You're gonna like this one actually. Watch this. Promo of the week.
Burger after burger after burger.
Yes.
Finally did it.
Yes.
And I still kept a little bit of the original in there.
Yeah.
And get rid of choppy.
Can't. That's the best promo of life.
Ever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had basically the first promo of the Wyatt Six, which was done by Bo Dallas being
Uncle
interviewed by Uncle Hal with the hardball questions, by the way. No softball questions.
I'm telling you, if there was any time where I can compare JR Mankind promo to anything, it would have to be this one.
Okay, I see where you're going with that. I didn't really see it as that, but I get what you mean, the setup and everything. By the way, Did you notice that they were actually sitting in the Firefly Funhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody actually, I guess, turned up the contrast and you can see it in the background.
Yeah.
It's like dark and abandoned. Well, you know, let's go with the positives first, and then because I have a few critiques of it, of course, you know, we nitpick.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what? Well, go ahead, go first, because you I think you were a little more positive on it than I was.
I'm not saying I was positive about it. I just want to see what was going to happen next after the week before, and to be honest, they didn't go into detail of the attack or his presence being there. It was pretty much the same jargon we've been hearing Bo say since the documentary. You get what I'm saying? I guess it was more or less the same thing. I guess it's for the ones that didn't see the documentary or didn't hear his opinion on things. So, I mean, for me, it was ball washed. It's been something I heard already, but for others, I guess they could say it was emotional or touching or believable in a sense.
Yeah, here's the thing is I feel like, honestly, I feel like his, I guess I'm going to be like hypercritical. His acting was a little like it was lacking a little bit. I feel like it should have been more emotional. Like, I think he should have cried even, like had a tear kind of rolling down. Like if you remember the, like when Bray did his version of that, where he came out and did it in front of the crowd.
Sounded like he was going to cry.
He was crying. He had tears running down his eyes. So running down his face. So like, I feel like it was just missing that little bit. As far as what he was saying, I thought everything was great. What he was talking about, like they did acknowledge the death of Bray Wyatt right away. Like that was just to hit you. I do have my critique on that too. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I liked how it was all set up. I liked the, I was saying before that I thought the first Wyatt 6 promo should have been done in the ring with all of them there.
Yeah.
Them kind of like, introducing themselves in a weird way.
Right.
And I kind of don't want it all to be video packages, pre-recorded video packages, because I feel like that it hides too much and it takes away a little bit from the live aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question, because part of me when I was watching it, I felt like it might have been like this might have been something that they did a little too soon. I feel like they should have had the Wyatt 6 like just wreaking havoc for a long time. Not a long time, a couple weeks. Like similar. You know what I was thinking of was the Wyatt 6 needs a bloodbath. And what I mean by that is they need a version of a bloodbath where they just do that to random people for a few weeks. You know what I mean? Or even people connected to Gable because they're going down the Gable route.
Right.
Them. But they need something like that. You get what I mean? Where the lights go off, there's some effects, they attack somebody.
Yeah, it's gonna be lights go off, fog, and I'm guessing it's gonna always be Nikki Cross coming out first.
She's the symbolic kind of thing first.
Right. To be honest, the Chad Gable promo when he was out and she came out to the ring, I felt like they focused on her way too long. She was just leaving the fucking ring. Why did we have to watch her for 3 minutes going down the ramp? Like
it became awkward.
Yeah.
It was because they were trying to be ominous, but it's like where she was walking was weird. I think that's what threw me off because I thought she was gonna walk and they were gonna like all be there or something.
It should have went pitch black again and she disappeared and the smoke turned off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it was weird. It definitely was awkward. And it just ended oddly.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I feel like if they were going to go down this route, right, where it's Bo Dallas is now sort of like interviewing himself as Uncle Howdy, they're doing the split personality thing.
Yeah,
I feel like if they were going to go down this route of him like them saying that because what they did was they were trying to quiet the critiques online of they're just doing this and it's exploiting Bray Wyatt's memory and his legacy and all that type of stuff, right? And that's why I think they did this little interview. It was more to like quiet that. And what I feel like they should have done is played into that, where it was almost like it's Uncle Howdy kind of like teasing Bo Dallas about that. You get what I'm saying? Like where and if we're gonna do that, it should be more of like Bo Dallas like pretending to be happy instead of giving us everything right away.
Right.
Like I don't know where they go from there. Like they should have. It kind of took away a little bit of the mystique, a little bit of the mystery.
Honestly, I think I don't know where they're going with it because even having their first promo being a live tape or shot tape, it's like I don't think they're ever going to be wrestlers in the ring. They're just going to be storytelling fillers in between matches.
Well, they're eventually going to get to the in-ring part. However, I do feel like they're going to do that goofy shit they were trying with Bray, where they were doing like the glow in the dark fucking match for no reason.
Yeah.
It's gonna be stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know, like, it didn't satisfy me, I should say. It didn't give me, it was too real. I know that sounds like lame, but it was too real in the sense of like it didn't play into characters enough. It was more like you said, it reminded me of the Bray Wyatt documentary more than it was like building a stable.
Yeah.
But the idea is that the fans are speculating that they're going to do one every week with all the characters.
I don't want to see that either.
What do you think of this, though?
They do have to explain themselves, but it's just like,
I'd be more interested if they did that, but each of their alter egos were interviewing their real self.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Uncle Howdy interviewing them all.
Yeah, of course.
But I get it, but like we talked about last week, I don't want them to be Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross when they're coming out to the ring. I need them to be Mercy the Buzzard, Sister Abigail, and freaking Huskers. You know what I'm saying? And they need to be that. They need to just play off of their character. But I see them trying to form it to where they could still be their alter ego form in the ring.
Do you get the feeling that they're going with everybody has an alter ego?
Yeah.
Or is it just going to be Bo that has the alter ego?
I feel like everybody's going to have alter ego. Because to be practical, it's going to be kind of hard to wrestle in those masks.
That's what I said the first night.
Yeah.
Said how do they wrestle, and like how does Loomis wrestle in that big ass skull beak?
Just to say, who knows if they ever do wrestle? Just don't know. I just don't know where it's going, bro. I don't know where it's going.
They have to wrestle. It's wrestling. There's no way it's just all theatrics.
Yeah.
They're gonna wrestle probably rarely though. You're not gonna see them like, I don't think, much wrestling on Raw and stuff.
I think there will only be PLE matches. They'll just do storylines all the way to PLEs.
Yeah.
And to think if their first opponent is Chad and Chad Gable's going with this new team with the Alpha Academy, that they're just the weight class alone is too overbearing for that being their first match, bro. Eric Rowan, freaking Joe Gacy going against the Creed brothers.
Yeah. It's outmatched.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing, and I got to take some credit because I basically called it to a T. I've been calling this Otis Chad thing pretty well, I think. And here's the funny thing, because the main thing that was like what got me like started on talking about the Alpha Academy situation was that they retconned this whole family thing. And remember, I was harping on that a lot for the past few weeks, that like, how did they're just throwing this in here. It's not, they didn't really build this. They're just telling us it now. They're retconning it, right? Now I understand why they were doing that. Because they were I think they were planning to throw this Wyatt family thing to make the Alpha Academy their first feud.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that that whole family aspect is actually going to tie into the storyline with the Wyatts, because if you remember, the whole thing was that Chad, the reason why they attacked Chad is they put out the message that he stopped saying thank you.
Yeah.
He stopped appreciating his family, right?
Yeah.
The storyline that they're telling is that they're making him now appreciate his family, the people that he treated like garbage, right?
Right.
So he goes back and asks them for help, and like you said, they say fuck off, right? The Creed brothers thing, I think, is just a red herring. I don't think that's actually going to work out. I don't think it's going to be the story that I think they're going to tell is he's going to use the Creed brothers as his help, but they're going to end up not being as loyal as Otis and Tozawa, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to make him go back and go back to his family and that whole thing.
Big baby face pop.
Yes, exactly. I think that's why that whole thing was created. That whole thing was made up as like a placeholder for that moment, because it's going to be the whole Uncle Howdy thing is based on family as well. I told you that with the Bloodline story. It was all based on this family thing. And I think that's what these stables are now. They're not just building stables anymore. That's like, these are just a group of guys that are together and they'll break up or whatever in a few months. They're building people who are like, in storyline, they're supposed to be family.
What would you say about Arthur's of Pain and Last Testament? And those are stables that they don't really represent family.
Well, they have they're going with the sort of culty thing with the Authors of Pain, the Final Testament. Like, he's just a great talker, and like, look what he's doing with Xavier. He's trying to basically turn him against his friend so that he could join their stable. It's like, that's the mentality that they're going with that. It's an evil stable. You get what I'm saying? So they could even say, "Oh yeah, we're family with the Final Testament," but it doesn't really mean shit because they're evil. He's the devil's advocate, basically. But I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think that the Creed brothers they're actually gonna go that way, or do you think it's going back to the Alpha Academy?
Because I'm stuck on it already happening once with the fan demands, and they've been demanding this new team angle with Chad and the Creed brothers. I think they're just trying to figure out anything to get them to be a group,
right?
So they're going to test the waters with them, and if it's not working out, they're going to figure out a way to make Alpha Academy back a solid group.
Or what do you think of them like joining all of them to take on the Wyatts? Because they would still be outnumbered. It'd be 3 against what?
4.
3 against 4?
Yeah.
They would technically need a chick. So you got Maxine. If you notice, they played Maxine in the storyline where she kind of like feels bad for Chad.
Yeah.
She wants to. She'll be the bridge to get Otis to forgive Chad in the story. You know what I mean?
It'll just be great if they help Chad, they get the victory, and then Otis turn around and clobbers him, bro. Like, just.
And he's the new Huskus.
Yeah.
I would love it. If this is all going to Otis becoming Huskus,
this would be great.
This would be amazing. Yeah, I just see it going that way. I could be wrong, but I think they're going down the route of he's going to help. He's going to ask the Creed brothers for help. They're going to help him. They're going to be a temporary group, but at the end of the day, they aren't family, and they're not as loyal. They're going to leave Chad hanging at some point to get his ass whooped, and then Alpha Academy makes the save.
We'll see.
And that'll be great for their for their booking long term. Because now they actually built in a family storyline. Like, it makes sense. But let's see.
Yeah, it makes. I just don't want it to be family based. I get that they're stringing on family with Alpha Academy. I just don't think they're putting it on heavy that they're family.
That's what I've been saying. They didn't build it right.
Yeah. And even if they build it right, I can never have seen Alpha Academy, because you have to also put in Alpha Academy went like 2.5 years before adding Maxine or Tozawa. It was just those two.
Right,
so
right.
They did the heel run together. They did a baby face together. Then they went back to heel together. Like, then they brought in Tozawa and a bit to Jobbers.
Yeah, like I've been saying, it's been a weak storytelling as far as the family thing. But that's what if you look at the Uncle Howdy storyline. Even we were reading his messages, his notes to all the characters.
Yeah.
And every single one was about, I'm going to give you your new, I'm going to be your new family. Yeah. So,
but you also have to put in consideration when Bray and the Wyatt family it was a family altogether. Like they
Yeah.
formed as a family. So when you hear the word Wyatt, you know family. So it was a little different for that because they can recruit for that. It's just weird. It's just harder for me to grasp Alpha Academy and family.
But that's what I'm saying. What if they're going? Because you remember at one point they were doing that with the Fiend, where everybody that the Fiend feuded against after he feuded with them, they changed. Like Daniel Bryan went heel, I think.
Yeah, they
Finn
all went.
Balor.
They all wore those little brown Dickie outfits, and they're a part of the Wyatt family.
Well, no, not Daniel Bryan feuded. That's when he feuded with Bray Wyatt. I'm talking about when he feuded with the Fiend.
Oh, with the Fiend.
I think he went. I don't know if it was Bray Wyatt. Sorry, Daniel Bryan. But there's a few people. Finn Balor, he turned heel a little bit after he feuded with the Fiend.
Yeah,
like it changed their character. So what if they're doing that now with the Wyatt Six? Is that instead you think that they're coming to like wreak havoc, but in reality, what they're trying to do is like mend the relationships.
Chris, get the fuck out of here, bro.
No, I'm not.
You just made them the worst fucking stable in history of wrestling.
I'm not saying it's my idea. I'm saying is that what they're doing?
That's worse to right to censor.
No. What I'm saying is they're coming to change people in the way that the Fiend did at one point.
But it's for like good of humanity.
But it's good. It's for good. Yeah.
Destruction is good.
Yeah, destruction.
I need destruction in there.
Remember, Mankind said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be wrecking shit, but at the same time, it's like in storyline, what's happening is Chad is getting back with his family. It's forcing him to go back and apologize.
I just need to know the purpose. Just like Darnell.
That's what I'm saying.
Darnell said it in the comments. Just waiting for a reason for them coming. A reason for all the bodies. What's the purpose? Like why? Yeah.
By the way, all the bodies were just extras.
Yeah,
that's
they were
what
all
they kind of. Yeah, they kind of pointed that out on Raw. That it was just Chad Gable. That was the only notable name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I wish they would have, sold it a little bit more with Chad.
Yeah.
I think the Wyatt Six should have showed up on Raw in some kind of form.
If they really wanted to showcase Gable, they should have had like Uncle Howdy holding him like lifeless in his hand, and then dropped him and then walked out. That would have been, yeah.
I mean, that's I don't know. That's a little generic in a way, but because that's what everybody kind of does. Like, well, that's what I'm saying. As far as like when we're talking about what their purpose is, that's what I'm saying. I think their purpose is going to be like they're going to change. They're going to be the catalyst to change certain people.
So they're role changers. They turn babyface to heels and heels to babyface.
I'm not saying that specifically.
That's kind of what it would do. If they're changing their character, then it would be that.
In wrestling, if you're going to boil it down to its like simplest form, then yeah, that's what it would be. But I think it's a little more than that.
I put it like this, bro. Whatever they're doing, it would never work on Stone Cold Steve Austin. I need shit that would work on Stone Cold Steve Austin for me to still be interested.
Well, it's a different character.
He'll beat the shit out of the whole fucking Wyatt Six and be like, y'all ain't changing me.
Well, that's not fair. Because Stone Cold rarely didn't come out on top. Like nobody really ever got one over on Stone Cold.
No.
Yeah.
We need more wrestlers like that, so we don't have to deal with these mind-boggling storylines that they're trying to pull.
You need at least one like that.
I honestly, even for it to be Chad Gable to be the push, it's like I just feel like all of it's weird. All of
definitely
it, like,
is.
You didn't give Chad the fucking belt off of Gunther, like so. To me now is like fuck Chad. His little spotlight is over with. I'm thinking they're just trying to figure out a way to put him back into some sort of spotlight since he didn't get that belt, which he should have just gotten.
Look, I said last week, everything I just said, I still hold to what I said last week. I think this whole thing is going to eventually start boring people because because again, Triple H doesn't have a good gauge on what's like when long is too long.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And this whole thing of it's just slow burn building, slow burn booking. Not everything needs like slow burn.
I'm coming to the realization when it comes to Triple H, it's not about the end game. It's about how you present it at the very beginning. Because I think all these dumbass wrestling fans talk about now is, that was the best Raw we've seen in decades. We got the Wyatt Six, Seth Rollins returned, all this that's
oversell everything. Yeah, oversell.
It's just that part. That's all they care. The fuck what happens next. They live for the moment. So fuck a storyline.
It's we've been trying to come up with a name for Triple H booking. It's paycheck to paycheck booking. it's let's just get to next week. We just have to get to next week. Fuck 3 months from now. Who knows?
Oh, it's EBT booking.
It's EBT booking. It's a welfare booking.
It's welfare booking, yes. That's what it is. We make it work this week. Let's see how we can see what we can scramble up for next week.
Scrape some shit together. Who we got on the card next week?
Type shit. Hey, we could get fuck it. Let's just book Braun again. Type shit.
Call it type shit booking.
That's what it is. Type shit booking.
Type shit booking. Yeah. That's it. It's definitely. I feel that I don't think there's this long-term plan for a lot of this shit that people think there is. I think Triple H, like I said at the beginning of Triple H's takeover, I think he's really good at gaslighting people. He's been a
gaslighter his whole career.
Absolutely. For example, a lot of people are going, and we said this at the beginning too. When Netflix when Raw goes to Netflix, they're not gonna have to worry about cursing anymore. And then Triple H is coming out and going, yeah, he's like implying it. Like he's not saying it outright.
Yeah.
But he's implying that it won't be a problem. Hold on. I'm just saying that people are saying that that's going to happen. I'm saying that Triple H talks a big game, and half of the time he doesn't actually follow through. So don't expect that they're going to be like dropping fucking F-bombs on Raw. You know what I mean?
To me, I think we could call it reach booking, meaning they'll plant a seed and see how the crowd takes it and let the crowd make their theories, and the writers are sitting back like, that's good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that next week.
Yeah. They wait for internet theories.
Yeah. They can't make a storyline to save their lives, so they're going to depend on the fans to make it for them.
I don't think that it's that they can't make storylines. I think they're afraid to make storylines. I think they're actually afraid of criticism from online fucking idiots, and they don't know how to just go,
you're partially
suck my dick, enjoy the show.
You're partially right.
And here's the bigger part. Sorry, real quick. Also, that you may have to shed some of these fucking retards. Being a content creator throughout the years, we've had to shed certain fans. Like, you're not going to dictate what we do.
Right.
Either just fucking enjoy it, make your suggestions. We may take them, we may not. Yeah. Otherwise, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off, all you Orange Cassidy fans.
Exactly. Right. All you Cody fans, suck my dick, cry all you want. But sorry, you were going to say something.
Totally forgot what I was, but you nailed it right there with the it is a partially what you're saying about hating the critiques, or they're scared of the critiques. For Triple H, I think because the critique is even heavier. Maybe if it was a real solemn retirement for Vince passed, and now the next person's in line, but it was because it was boom, Vince is gone. We all hate Vince. The next person better be better than Vince. And they went into the dick gargling, not really caring about who it is. It's just not Vince. So they're just like, yeah, Triple H is the best. Triple H has made fucking wrestling great again. So Triple H, who's already a consenting fuck, took that and was like, yeah, I'm doing big thing. Okay, what else do you want me to do, fans? Because I want
And
y'all to gargle my name all fucking week, every week. Yeah.
I think you're right in the sense that there was a point. Do you remember it was like 2014, somewhere around there, when everybody was praising Triple H for creating NXT?
Yeah.
And making it, not creating it, but making it what it is, right?
What it is.
And all the people he was bringing in, I think he started like getting like fucking high off of that feeling of getting that praise. Because if you remember before that, people hated Triple H.
Yeah.
All the internet fans, they fucking hated him. Right? I think he finally started getting the praise from those people, and he was like, "Oh, I like this.
I'm actually getting praise that I've been looking for my whole career."
And what happens with that when you start liking praise is you start caring about what people think about you.
And I'm not going to put all the blame on Triple H. I know a lot of the execs in the back, once they hear praise of a certain person, they go head over heels for that person too. So it's probably is an achievement for some wrestlers to want to get that praise because of the perks they get afterwards.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm probably, because he's in that seat where I am the son-in-law of this person, I have to get those praises for him to see it, to be like, all right, champ, you could take the wheel when I'm ready to let go of it. So maybe that's the eager of getting the praise.
I think, and to add what you were saying before, I think it couples with the whole Vince thing. Yeah. Is Vince got pushed out, right? Based on kind of weak accusations that he's completely exonerated.
And maybe the pressure is on Hunter. Maybe he has to. Like, maybe when he's at home, Vince is there like, look, I can't come inside the fucking place. You got to make sure my shit stays where it's at. Like, do not let them take over. TKO cannot take over what I made, bro.
I think that's long gone. I think Vince has already, accepted that because they sold it, right? I think Triple H is seeing this as his moment to, finally, be his own man, so to speak, get out of Vince's shadow.
Yeah.
And the fans hate Vince so much that they're willing to do that, and they're willing to praise bullshit, or they really like it. I don't know, but they're willing to praise bullshit because it's not Vince, and we've talked about that before. It's that we complained about Vince so long that whatever we get that's not Vince, we have to like it. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but
it makes. It's just because I go off also every interview I hear. I don't really hear much praise Triple H when it comes to older wrestling wrestlers like Bret Hart.
Right.
They'll tell you all day long that Triple H is a dickhead. He only cares about himself.
Well, let's be real. Give some more examples.
Called him the cerebral assassin. Oh yeah, because Bret Hart's a crybaby.
Bret Hart's a miserable fuck.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of the wrestlers who do podcasts now. They don't necessarily like Triple H's booking.
Yeah, MVP, Bobby Lashley, Mark Henry.
Yeah. Even CM Punk, I saw an interview with him recently where he said that, and Undertaker said this too, that they give away too much now.
Yeah.
They give away too much of the secrets, of the behind the scenes. Everybody's on social media. There's no mystique. It's that all of that too.
They lost the mystique. They had it going with the QRs. Now it's just we know who the QR's for. Who gives a damn? Next.
And this time it was just too goddamn cryptic.
Yeah.
I was no.
Yeah, you're being cryptic, but we knew who it was. So it's like, why be cryptic? It might have been a QR code with fucking Bo Dallas putting on the Howdy mask and saying, "Hi, I'm Howdy."
I think the cryptic side was for the rest of the group. I think it's that we knew Uncle Howdy was coming, but
and it goes back to what CM Punk said. We knew White Six was coming. God damn it, we knew for months who the fucking White Six members were going to be. And they didn't even steer off from anybody's thoughts.
Anybody. We were right about all of them.
Yes. Except Nikki Cross.
No, Nikki Cross was the first one mentioned. That was the one that everybody.
You know why? Because They knew for sure when she came back out without no gimmick. She just wore all black and just stood in the middle of the ring in a trance. They knew something was up because that was Alexa Bliss. That was Randy Orton.
No,
That was Braun Strowman.
Here's the problem with what I think they're saying about giving away too much. Is the night they debuted, I think a fan like saw them at like a restaurant or something and took a picture with all of them together, not in costume. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. Take pictures with fans. They're your fans. But at the end of the day, there might have to be a part where like the Wyatt Six doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Even may say, look, we can't take pictures.
To be honest, now it's because every known secret of wrestling is out and everybody knows now. They don't give a fuck about kayfabe. And for them to be out together without no mask and no gimmick, that just shows that they're going to come as their alter ego eventually ringside. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
Wyatt Six is hot. We're going to take pictures because we're a hot stable now.
And sorry to go back to the Wyatt Six, but that's what I meant earlier, where it's like, did they give us the Bo Dallas thing too soon? Like, did it blow the mystique of the Wyatt Six?
No,
like if they do an Eric Rowan interview with what is he, Huskus?
No, he's
Ramblin' Rabbit. Yeah, sorry. If he does an interview with Ramblin' Rabbit, it's like, I don't know if that's gonna blow the mystique of them. I'm not saying it won't be cool. I'm just saying maybe they're doing it too soon.
Yeah, but you want to know the sickening part? When I was telling you, oh my God, they're really gonna do. I hope they not do the VHS. Everybody in the comment was like, I can't wait to hear Eric's. Eric's is gonna be the best. I can't wait. What? I kind of understand why, because out of all of them, other than Bo, he lost all his friends.
He might have the most to say. He should have
the most to say. And it should be, and so he should be rambling when he does his promo because he's Ramblin' Rabbit. It's kind of weird to see Eric Rowan in that character, considering what that character is supposed to represent for Bray. But it's just like, okay,
he should almost play the character that, like, all of that death and losing all those people drove him to like a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
and that's why he's Ramblin' Rabbit now.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like, he can't fucking get his mind right. And and it'd be funny because he used to not talk that much.
Right.
So it would almost play off into that part of him too.
He's so crazy that he's talking now.
Yeah, and he's actually in real life, Eric Rowan's a really smart dude. He's like a genius.
Yeah.
So
I've heard he's spoken other companies. It just didn't do it here.
I think he spoke with Daniel Bryan too at one point, and he was cutting like these almost Shakespearean kind of fucking like the way he was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was not Shakespearean, but he was more like just giving a whole bunch of information and shit. So, all right, but yeah, let's not jump back into fucking Wyatt Six talk. What else do we have? Jacob Fatu debuted.
Jacob Fatu.
I don't have much to say, but go ahead.
I don't have much to say either about it, to be honest. Other than the fact that one of them in that group, you could just tell now is some sort of spy. They're not there to, because if you saw Tualoa's face when they were all raising the fingers up, he was kind of hesitant. He was looking at them like, what the fuck?
Yes. I did notice that.
Yeah, so something's going to give, some kind of flip is going to happen. I hope it is Jacob more than Toa. Lua, whatever the fuck y'all want, whatever he goes by, I would rather it be Jacob switching, because then it shows like, oh, bro, the original, the OG bloodline plus Jacob will fucking destroy anything.
I definitely think that if they do that, they are gonna pick Jacob to be the guy who turns against the heel bloodline.
Yeah.
However, I want to say that was more playing off of like Solo's unpredictability, where I think I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but it was more of him like he didn't even know about that. He didn't know Jacob was coming in.
Yeah.
So
no, he knew, but To be honest, bro, seeing Solo begging in the corner, like no, please. I was like, oh my god, not this kind of heel.
Don't be
Not
that
this.
kind of
Yeah, please don't be this heel. And he showed up. Sure enough, was that heel. I'm gonna act like I'm scared and start laughing
menacingly. Yeah,
yeah.
it makes me sick.
To me honestly, because I want wrestling to be realistic more. Like when he started like laughing cynical like that, bro, I would just start mud stomping him until Jacob came out. You know what I'm saying? But him
Right.
just ha, 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 and they're just staring at him. Bro,
And
they were just
what are you
beating y'all.
laughing at?
They were just beating your ass, bro. Like beat the shit out of him. He's by himself in the ring.
And he's been fucking you up for weeks.
Weeks
on end.
For Jacob to be his debut and everybody's been anticipating it, I still give it a 4 out of 10, considering that he put Cody on the table and splashed off the top. We just seen Logan do it to Cody, and Logan's was kind of better.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a bigger guy.
Yeah,
Fatu. Listen, I think you're being a little harsh on it. I'll give it a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10. Just
and then for him to come out and take out the top 3 guys of SmackDown by himself.
Yeah, I think it
really showed Solo being ass.
It does show that there's gonna probably be a sort of like, I don't think Solo is gonna be able to control Jacob, because that's the way they're sort of already showing it.
Which I wish it was that, but I don't know what they do after calls now, like dark shows or whatever the case is. But right after that show, they were all hugging it out on stage with Jacob, like welcoming him, and he was hugging all of them.
Again, giving away too much.
Giving away
we don't
too
need
much.
That. Yeah.
He's supposed to be. Now he came out unfringed like Homeboy's supposed to be, but it kind of destroys the rest of the new bloodline. Jacob himself. Like Jacob is the one coming out. He actually slaps his face, sticks his tongue out, and it's believable. And he's actually decimating what's in front of him.
Well, here's the thing too, and this is why I think even what you said may have some like levity to it, because after his debut, he instantly became a top merch seller.
Yeah,
Jacob Fatu.
Yep.
So he's already you already know WWE looks at that and goes, "Oh, Solo star."
But you also could tell that what kind of wrestling fans is really watching WWE, because we were talking about that the other day. If everybody is already top merching Jacob Fatu, they're definitely indie watchers.
People that are buying it?
Yeah.
Well, let me just see something, because a lot of times they like to give out these stats where it's like Becky Lynch drew NXT's highest number, and then the number is like 800,000 people.
Yeah.
And then that's only maybe 100,000 more than they usually get. And it's like, all right, it might be high for NXT, but not in general. Yeah, see, it's on par with the Yeet shirt, Stone Cold Steve Austin's Don't Trust Anybody t-shirt.
Right. Now, me personally being someone that's always on the WWE shop, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of things that they tag as most popular. And it's really, when I even see it, I go, you're just trying to sell this shit.
It's just what they want to be most popular.
Nikki Cross fucking nameplates are most popular. But like Shayna Baszler's NXT nameplates are most popular. Like these things are just not really what they say it is. Right?
It's as credible as a top 8 on MySpace.
Yeah. Yeah. So just for it to just say, oh, it has most popular on it on the shop already. It could have honestly been because it's new release and they got 5 purchases. It's already popular.
You're right. This may look like just some jerk off that wrote this article based on what he saw on the website, not off of any numbers. Because I'm not seeing.
You want to put it with the Yeet shirt and the fucking Don't Trust Anybody. Austin 316 is also a most popular shirt. You know what I'm saying? They will never say it's outselling that or it's popular.
It's literally like it's been in WWE's top 3, I think, for the past 25, 30 years. I think at this point.
Yeah.
Insane. Yeah, there's no numbers in this article, so that could be again another. Let me show the shirt. Have you seen the shirt?
I have not actually seen the shirt.
Because I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I mean, it's I guess a cool looking.
Oh, it's a Samoan
wolf.
werewolf shirt. Yeah, that's what he tends to wear. He had it on.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool shirt, but as far as like wrestling shirts, I don't know. Could be a Randy Orton shirt for all I know, if somebody showed me it. So I don't know if it's, you're right. Could be just talk, hype. It's all hype. But that shows though that WWE wants him to be one of the most popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is that a normal thing they do whenever there's a debut?
It's a normal thing when they debut.
So anybody could debut. Dragon Lee could debut, and it's like
they'll pop a shirt out, and it might have most popular. Because I'm looking on the site right now. Matter of fact,
any Wyatt 6 stuff?
Yeah, there is. I'm gonna actually share it so we can see it real quick.
Go ahead. So that could just be them trying to dictate the audience. I mean, it's a smart marketing strategy.
All right, see those.
Sorry, I'm gonna pull it.
You can just show it here. You see this, like the Money in the Bank briefcase, most popular. Jay Uso's Heat.
The
Money in the Bank
pay-per-view is coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see Damian Priest over here, most popular. Come on,
he's the champion. They want him to be.
They
have a Seth Rollins. He just came back.
A Yeet in the Bank poster.
Ugh.
What else is popular?
Is this an unpopular opinion? I hate the fucking Yeet thing.
I really do
hate it. Stupid and not original. It's a YouTube meme.
And honestly, it's old as shit. Trying to like people saying Yeet right now is like a fucking old man. Like, why would you?
Yeah. That was like the
Wyatt 6. Look at them. All of them most popular, most popular, most popular, most popular, most popular, most popular. Yeah. So how can you really determine from that article that Jacob Fatu is like killing the game because he has the most popular? I'm pretty sure I can go into the retro gear and it's most popular. Oh, see, Austin 316 most popular.
Well, see, I believe that though. NWO, I think, is the other one that's always been.
DX, the Suck It jersey, most popular. Latino Heat, most popular.
That's because everybody loves Eddie Guerrero.
No one even cared about it, and that's a bottom line. And it's most popular.
I've never even seen that shirt in my life.
It's a sleeveless shirt with a hoodie on it, and it's most popular.
I bet you if they made a stunning Steve Austin t-shirt, it would sell.
It would sell.
Of course, I think I would buy that.
Like so, honestly speaking, it's not that big of a. It's not article worthy, yeah, to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, let's write an article about this because he's most popular now because this shit's selling."
So yeah, the article is just hype then.
Yeah, I can see it selling out in the arena that night because he just debuted, so they get it for memorabilia of the fact that he just debuted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I get
it have its reasons, but me being a person that's avid on the WWE store, most popular is not going to ring my bell.
Yeah, I can see that. It makes a lot of sense. Well, I mean, I still think it was a huge debut. It went super viral on the internet.
Yeah, because everybody just been, to be honest, a lot of Jacob Fatu fanboys have been waiting to see him wrestle again because he's been out for a while, working on contracts and all that nature. So they were just waiting for him to return.
I guess as far as wrestling debuts, it's made me at least interested to see him wrestle as well. So that's all you'd want. At least I want to see him in a match. I want to see his style and shit.
I was kind of heartbroken when I seen the first thing he did once he got in the ring was a super kick. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it was a little. It's always that's Samoans. Samoans took that over.
Yeah.
And
he was the
do you
first
think?
Samoan that got hit in the head and actually reacted to it.
Oh yeah, he did the Hulk up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say because we had the idea for what's the other one? The small one?
Zilla.
No, is that his name?
Wait, the other one that's gonna come, or
No, the other one that's in the group already. I can't remember his name already.
Tonga.
Tonga. Yeah, sorry. Remember we came up with the idea that Tonga was like such a savage that like he never like finishes a match.
Yeah.
It's always that it gets stopped or he's like he gets disqualified or whatever.
Totally washed his whole fucking.
Well, that's what I'm
being.
saying. Do you think maybe they'll do that with Jacob
Got
at the
to.
beginning because they were giving that vibe that he's going to be the most savage of all of them.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the most savage of all of them.
Yeah.
The Samoan werewolf, baby, he's supposed to be like untamable.
And that's where I think they're going with the storyline is eventually Solo can't control him.
Well, what's crazy is what I'm not liking is the pickup of these new bloodline members. Since Solo, even from Solo, all of them are supposed to be these crazy enforcers that are untouchable and unbeatable. And they slowly and surely just become weasels. Every last one of them. Jacob is the only one that I can see that could get out of that funk of being a weasel and still be a destruction week in and week out.
Well, that's because they haven't again, these wrestlers, these killing machines are selling way too fucking much. And it's ruining the mystique.
Yeah.
They're going to have, if they have Jacob Fatu in his first match selling at all, really, he shouldn't sell at all in his match.
His match should be 3 minutes tops.
No, I think what they should do is do a squash match, but have him like fucking like stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like where he's like in
a long squash.
Yeah. Don't make it so quick because you want to showcase that he's like a
off rip. One of his first two opponents is either going to be Kevin Owens or Randy Orton.
His big opponent.
First
opponent. Or you think just opponent in general?
That's going to be his first opponents because that's who he attacked first. So something's going to give and he's going to go against one of them.
Now, I'm not sure. I guess I could see it being whoever. I hope it's more Kevin Owens, I guess, because I don't see them doing that savage shit with Randy Orton, really.
This man, I was surprised Jacob didn't get fired after that fucking spear through the barricade to Randy. Because, you know, Randy's quick to be like, you hurt me, you're fired. Well, that man obliviated him through the foot. Like, he did not hit him where he was supposed to in the barricade. So it was
a lot of people say that Randy's mellowed out since he's become a father. So maybe that's what it is. He's like,
Randy has more to lose now. So I could see him amping it up.
I can see that too. So I don't know. Who knows what happened backstage?
Yeah, but that shit was to me that was a vicious ass spear. I know they fucked up somewhere, but it was great to see.
It was off because they're supposed to spear right in that like the heart of that barricade, and it was like he speared him in the corner of it. And they caught that like the base of it.
Yeah. And I knew they were gonna do something with the stairs from how Cody was setting it up. Every time he threw Solo in one, he had to go over and rip it off because he's not strong enough to send a fucking chunky ass dude through a damn staircase.
When are we gonna finally admit that Cody doesn't look like he can measure up to any of these people he's going
against? Tried so hard. I forgot to mention this in Clash of the Castle. They tried so hard for him to be like the badass when he's like, "Oh, you still quit? I'm still gonna hit you with the stairs." Like. You didn't look badass at all when you did it, bro. And it did not shake the crowd. It did not change your character. We still saw you as a fucking Ken doll the next day.
Well, what he did was kind of like, it was more he was doing that for his mother.
Yeah.
That was more of because he looked at his mother before he did it. Mama Rhodes.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
You are emotionally invested.
No, I'm definitely not emotionally. Like
It didn't-
Rock tried so hard to get her invested, like to make us feel like we should feel bad for Cody because he keeps talking about his mama, but gave two shits.
Yeah, I think it's Cody's fault. You can't even get your own mother over.
I blame the mother. They're just genetically not good.
That side, that branch.
That branch.
Yeah.
Because Dustin gets more credit every day.
Literally, if Dustin came over to WWE, it would make me like Cody Rhodes a little bit. That's how good Dustin is, though.
Yeah.
It'd be like, all right, maybe Dustin could fucking help him out, big brother. Jesus.
Yeah, if Dustin come back, that means we need Goldust back, and then that means we need Stardust back, and that's the only time Cody was interesting.
I get it all the time. Every time I say it, people laugh at me. But go back and watch Stardust and his promos. I'm not saying it was like fucking electric, but I watch it and I'm like, I forgot Cody had a personality.
Even Dashing Rhodes was like a little. He was at least.
It was funny.
It was funny, bro. I could, if he picked up the mic, I'd listen. Now I see Cody come out and I hear the whoa-whoas, bro. I'm turning it off for the next 15 minutes and I'm coming back to the show.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear his voice.
That's because you're a human hat rack.
Still doesn't move at all. At all.
Yeah. Not moving the needle whatsoever.
Not at all. Not at all. It probably sent the needle back.
We have to recreate the needle now.
It spins the needle back around again and started over at zero again. It's all negative.
It's so bad we need a new metric of measurement.
Yeah, we need Terrence Howard to come out with a new metric of scaling Cody's boredom.
It's not moving the mercury. Let's see. I guess we can get to did we finish that?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I have high hopes for Jacob. I think he's going to do very well.
Yeah, I believe it doesn't take much. Jacob is very talented, so it wouldn't take much for him to steer away from the bloodline if it goes down in shambles and still be something. So
yeah,
I have no worries for Jacob.
And them doing this like kind of gangster version of the bloodline.
Yeah,
I think he's going to work well with that because he cuts like kind of like he has like a hood kind of vibe.
And you know, to be honest, I feel like Jacob's going to come back and Rock's going to come and Jacob's destroying the Rock. Because I even just watched the interviews when they discuss family and this Jacob. He'd be like, look, man, they start with Sinka and his brother, you know, and then there's Rocky Johnson and Peter Maivia, you know, High Chief.
Yeah.
Then there's the Usos and then there's...
yeah. And a rock in there, too.
You know, never see, it's always the interviewee that goes, what about The Rock?
Oh, yeah.
He's not family, but he distant, you know, we all fall under the same tree.
It's always like, it's hard to explain.
Now, let me tell you about The Rock. He's a type shit bloodline. That's what he is.
He's kind of bloodline.
Type shit, I know it.
He's half bloodline.
He's the line while we the blood.
It still trips me out that they mentioned Rocky Johnson.
Every time.
Mention The Rock.
Every time, bro. The Rock, maybe because The Rock only started really, even though he was the Brahma Bull, he didn't really start showing this Samoan side until now. All he had was a Samoan drop. That's the only thing that was representing for. By God, he got a tribal tattoo 20 years after he started. God damn it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't, you know, I tend to believe that The Rock may have been a little like when he started getting into Hollywood, he kind of cut some people off because, you know, that's what they do.
No, that's when he doubled up on the Samoan. He went bald, got the tattoo.
Yeah, but I think it was probably Hollywood shit. They probably told him you need to play up your Samoan side a little bit because that's an untapped market. And then you get the what's the movie he did, Mohana or whatever.
Moana.
Moana. Yeah, you
But
get all that stuff.
But he's been had the tattoos before Moana came out.
No. What I'm saying is, I guarantee you that was somebody in Hollywood, an agent, telling him, play up your Samoan side.
I would want to believe that if he did more roles that brought up his Samoan side. He only did Moana.
No, you're missing. You're missing that Hollywood is all about diversity and fucking quotas. And they I guarantee you, they were like, listen, we have enough blacks. We don't have Samoans though. And then I think when he started playing,
I would get it if he was representing black. He wasn't even doing that. He was just The Rock, baby. That's all he was.
Yeah, but that's where Hollywood got at one point, and it's right when he started blowing up and then becoming the top guy in Hollywood. Is that you had to have a tribe that you were.
I get what you're saying. Representation. I get what you're saying about representation. But even his roles never lined up with a representation of something. Like, I'm giving an example. Samuel L. Jackson, always the loud, angry black guy.
Yeah, but you don't have to do that with other races. You only have to do that with blacks. You have to be super black when you're representing black.
But that's what I'm saying. If Rock was representing black, he would have had a role representing black at least once if he was representing black. If Hollywood
I'm
saw
not saying
him
he
was
was.
Like, black guy.
I'm saying I think The Rock came in going, I'm just The Rock, and Agent and all of them came in when all of that identity politics shit started blowing up, especially in Hollywood. They were like, you got to get down with something. You have to represent something. You can't just be The Rock. And he picked his Samoan side because that's like an untapped market. And hold on real quick. Right. And I think the Samoans looked at it like, wait a minute, you never. Why are you doing this now? And
let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you ever remember or listen to The Rock when he started Hollywood and he was talking about it, he never said Samoan. He always said Polynesian, baby.
I never heard him say Polynesian.
He said Polynesian because even up to the going back to the Moana. Yeah, man, we got to represent my Polynesian side, and you know.
Oh, you're right. And you know what? That actually makes me want to double down on my theory because
he couldn't go Samoan because they'll kill him.
No, because they wanted to represent as much as they can, and also that's how they represent the Samoans. They call it Polynesian, like that Polynesian Heritage Month or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. That's almost like when they call Latins Latinx. It's like a way to just kind of group everybody. We're representing everybody. All Polynesian islands. Interesting. Very interesting. Hollywood is a motherfucker, man. Okay. So we have, what do we have? Two more, I think. Damien and Braun. Yes. Well, I think we're doing this on Damien, yeah?
Get the hell out of my ring! Hell!
Get him the fuck out of here!
Listen, I think it's about time. It's been enough time that passed.
Enough.
I don't know how many days. Damian Priest, World Championship run.
80 days.
Oh, yeah, same as Cody.
Yeah.
Get him the fuck out of here. Boring.
Yes,
I'm bored.
Honestly speaking, his run, Damian Priest's run, Judgment Day, whatever little storyline they have with Livenborg, all of that shit, get that shit the fuck out of here, bro. It's the storyline's so bad that it's even doubling up the stinkness of him being a champion. We put so much hate on Cody being a champion that Damian has been kind of getting the slide because of the opponents he's facing. Now, get him the fuck out of here.
Now, I'll be honest. In the Liv Dom storyline, I forgot we were attacking on all of that.
Yeah.
In the Liv and Dom storyline, Damien is kind of the only one that I like in the storyline, sort of, because he gets a little too much. Where I'm like, bro, even a like a dude in real life wouldn't cop block that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to be honest, like Damien, I tried to give Damien his time, bro. But I've said it in the past when Kayfabe first started. Say it again. I can't seem to get into someone that has weave in their hair, bro, like yarn and strings and wears fucking laces and like see-through. Like Seth, I give Seth the pass because Seth is at least entertaining in the ring and his mic work is also great. But this guy, you're too big to be dressing like this.
I'll be honest. You know what's also starting to annoy me is the Spanglish promos. Like, pick fucking one or the other, bro. Like, because I'm tired of the fucking, like, I understand every other line.
I'm thinking he's just trying to tap into the fact that he is the first Puerto Rican since, like, the 50s. So.
Yes, and that's where I was going to get to with the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think they gave him the championship for that reason. It was quota championship.
No, I believe they slapped it on him because they thought he would do better just because of what he did with Bad Bunny. They've been praising Damian Priest since the Bad Bunny match.
Listen, I know.
Give him a belt after that match.
Yeah, but there's a certain time and place for that. Right now, isn't that like basically it's just a prop right now with them? You know what I mean? Where
I could honestly see it as it was injured and really needed to get the belt vacant, and that was the best thing to do. I think it's all
they should have just kept it. They should have just kept it on Drew.
It makes the Drew CM Punk storyline a little bit more worthy when there's no championship belt. It's actually a rivalry now.
I think
the championship, we just want to whoop each other's ass because like we said last week, it's all about the gold at the end of the day. So when you remove the gold, and I still want to fucking whoop your ass, it's supposed to bring in the dollars.
Yeah, but I don't remember CM Punk because they had I think he hit him at WrestleMania, and that's why Damian came in, right? But I don't remember CM Punk being like the deciding factor of
CM Punk fucked him up, and then Damian came and cashed it. It wasn't just one single punch.
Was it like fucking? Yeah, I don't remember it being a fucking. Well, he did rip off the cast.
Yeah, he ripped off the cast. It was
okay. Yeah.
Putting in the work on him.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I don't know.
It was an opportunity, so it wasn't like he was a going up the ranks champion. He's a opportunist champion. So of course his title run is not going to be the greatest because he didn't really deserve it.
Again, that's where I think the Money in the Bank needs to be reserved for certain people. Or if you're going to do it like with Damian, they should have never done it the way they did it because
they didn't know when to cash in with Damian. They wanted to because of the Bad Bunny thing. That's why they gave him the fucking Money in the Bank. They just didn't know when to cash in. And us going back to the whole filling up whatever the fans are saying. Oh, Damian had the belt, so he had the briefcase too long. It's going to expire. He never cashed in. Well,
no. In retrospect, what they should have done is just waited for the Raw after WrestleMania and then him cash in like on some like face-to-face kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then that way he would have gotten the respect of like winning, like not being – he's too big to be an opportunist. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean.
On top of it, for him to go – okay, now I won the title in this sneaky way, and now all of a sudden now I'm like mad when the Judgment Day interferes in my matches. It's like you were never mad before that. It's like what like they're inconsistent with the storytelling of Damian Priest. You know what I mean? Like this isn't the time for that, I don't think. Like unless they're gonna go really soon to the whole thing that we've been speculating is that Finn Balor is gonna be the one.
Yeah.
But however, look what they just did. They just put the tag belts on Finn and McDonough. So
I give Damian his due diligence withholding the briefcase because there was plenty of times where he wanted to cash in, but because it was more Finn's thing to get the belt at the time, it was kind of interfering into that. So hopefully it is a full circle retrospect of them really facing off because that's where it was leading to when this belt was created.
Yeah.
And I know it's running. It's either going to be Seth comes back and takes back the belt because he's good again to keep the belt and give it back a pedigree, or let me be able to beat the old champion to show y'all that I should be champion.
I don't know because that's gonna make Damian look like a placeholder. And I think it's gonna I just don't think they booked this championship run very well.
I think at this point now we got to keep our horns the way we are, but we also I think we're the odd men's out now when it comes to these things. Like
Because I don't see Damian being like super over right now.
He's not super over, but he's not under either when it comes to these idiots.
I don't know. I don't see him being like. I get this feeling when he cuts promos.
They're ripping Sami Zayn about his belt. They're starting to be like what they're doing with Cody. But with
no. They were always ripping Sami.
Yeah, I'm saying they're ripping Sami for the belt. I'm not so they would
You're
have been
talking the fans.
Fans.
Yeah.
They don't rip Damian for having the belt.
I think I see people saying that it's boring, some people. But what I'm saying is that when he cuts promos, I don't think he gets like amazing reactions for his promos. Like he's kind of awkward on the mic. He's monotone.
It's because
I feel like he changed his voice. He used to have a deeper voice back in the day.
I feel like with him, it's more of a he's very mutual. He's a mutual person, so he could hold the title. I feel like he should have the U.S. title just because of how he is to the fans. He's mutual. They don't hate him. They don't like him too much, so he could still hold the belt. It should just not be the world heavyweight belt, if that makes sense.
I'm just saying he should have the world heavyweight belt, in my opinion, but just not right now, is what I like, or the way that he won it.
He's as old as LA Knight.
Yeah, but he's a wrestler. He's not in bad shape. Like he's not like a injury prone guy.
He's not injury prone, but I'm starting to see the klutz in him. Like I'm starting to see the old catching up. I've never seen someone do a torpedo and actually get exhausted before the gather. Like he was tired before he jumped.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I could give a fuck if he's 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he's 40 and he just like he gets too old where he can't win the belt, but he hasn't developed enough to like be a good champion, it's like then fuck it. He was never a good champion. He was never potential.
They're probably trying to give him the 6-month marker, get it off of him, just so he has it on his repertoire and he could retire.
The stripe.
Yeah.
Well, no, because then if they're gonna have that stripe, then it needs to be like passed over. Like he has to put somebody over with that.
Eventually, probably be Braun Breaker. Who knows?
Maybe. Who knows? Well, what about Liv Morgan and Dom? I'm just like, again, it's. I guess we're waiting for Rhea to come back, and then whenever she comes
I'm waiting
back,
on Rhea. I'm waiting for them to stop giving the mic to Dom now. I appreciate him being the biggest heel, but now it's so bad when it comes to the crowd boos because he'll just say 2 words now and start choking up like they're booing already when they're not. Like he anticipates the boos now to the point where he just goes, and I'm just gonna boo, and then I was like, boo, yeah, y'all still booing. Then now they're going, oh, let Daddy Dom speak. Oh, let him talk. Like,
yeah.
And for him to only have one rival all this time, which is his dad still, they make it seem like him pushing his dad last week was the biggest moment in fucking wrestling history. Like he hasn't had a biggest feud with him.
Like they haven't already beat the shit out of each other in matches.
Oh, he just pushed his dad. Why'd you do that? He did worse.
Well, I think they were trying to play up. Oh, he did that for Liv. Bro, but it's like, what does it matter?
For less.
That's what I'm saying. What does it matter if he hates his dad anyway?
Yeah.
The part that I'm starting to get like annoyed by, Pat McAfee is kind of annoying me in this, and I know he's probably being told to do it, but I kind of don't think he is. I think he's this much of a herb. Is that anytime there's like something sexual, he loses his mind like he's fucking 14.
You don't understand what.
Oh my God, she's straddling him.
But you don't realize who he's emulating. He's a 2024 king.
What does that mean?
If you remember any sexual innuendo in the Attitude Era, King would make sure we knew that's what the fuck they meant, and he's gonna go stupid with a female will come up, puppies! Whoa, look at those puppies! Like, you know.
Okay, that's fair.
He's trying to be him, but in 2024.
Okay, I feel you. Yeah, but he's losing because King would lose his mind because a woman showed her tits. You get what I'm
You
saying?
can't
Like,
lose your
okay,
mind. You can't do that now because it's 2024. It's how
I
gay
get
I'm
you.
sound saying it, but it's what it is, bro. Like he's trying to do it as much as he can in this time of day.
And it's what it is now
Because they will just
doing
say, "Oh,
that.
you're subjecting to women."
Yes.
Like,
So now the way they have to do it is he has to go, Liv Morgan is a goddess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of saying she's fucking hot.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what it is. So I can't blame Pat. Pat is trying his hardest to be king in this time of day.
Right.
And sometimes and it's still a man sport, so we need someone like Pat to still highlight the shit that we want when a woman comes in the fucking ring.
But yeah, you're right. But because of the time, because of like you can't catcall anymore in real life.
Right.
Even though like some of us do.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing is that he's trying to do that version of it. And that's probably what catcalling is now.
And to be real, did you hear Booker T was catching heat when Sexy Red was out? And he was like, yeah, sexy, yeah. And everybody's like, you're married. What does she smell like? Oh, you're disgusting. You're giving a bad example for other boys out there that want to be men and they're gonna be married. They're gonna be catcalling the women like you were Sexy Red. So I'm pretty sure Pat read that was like, bro, I was gonna do the same shit, but I ain't.
Right.
Now I gotta switch it up. Now she's a goddess.
Right.
Look at the aura on her. He really meant her titties. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. You have to read between the lines.
He's speaking man code for us. She's a goddess.
We just can't see the elbow and the wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, good explanation. I see where you're coming from. So I'll take that. I'll take back my anger towards Pat.
Yeah. Pat's trying his best to keep it a manly sport, bro.
Okay. And he is that type of dude, though.
Because if you hear the Pat McAfee show, that's he wants to be. He's night and day compared to his show when he's commentating. But if they were allowed, I hope he's a Netflix commentator because that will switch up the game, bro. Just Pat McAfee alone, the way he talks.
Well, if you notice, he does like get a few things through. Like when Braun Strowman comes out, he calls him a big son of a bitch.
Yeah,
he says the words.
That's
sometimes
JR.
He does. Sometimes he actually like because he'll go, "Oh shit," and he'll actually almost say half of the word. So
I believe he's trying to be a mixture of our Attitude Era commentators because JR used to kill me with the "you sick son of a bitch." You nasty, dirty son of a bitch. He hated Triple H and he hated Kane. Because by far, those two, JR always had some disgusting to say about him.
Well, if you remember, he really hated Kane after Kane lit him on fire.
Yeah.
And then he also, two other people he hated was Eric Bischoff and Paul Bearer.
And Scott
always
Steiner.
roast Paul Bearer.
Scott Steiner.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Because it would be King that'd be like, oh, it's Big Papa Pump. He was like, oh, he's big something, all right. Asshole.
You would just say it. Asshole, King.
Asshole.
Oh my God. Yeah, I wish we could have that back. I hope that at least the commentary picks it up a little bit. But Michael Cole, I think he's really that. He's the head type of dude. Like, well, no, I think even with Netflix, he's not gonna be like cursing and shit because he's the straight commentator.
Yeah. On top of that, he's also a face.
Right.
So
it would be Pat and Corey.
Yeah.
But I don't think SmackDown's on Netflix, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's finish this off with Braun.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you shoot it with Braun because you had some shit to say.
Well, I've been arguing in our comments, debating with some, but I've really come to the main consensus that I guess we'll have to call them the what are we calling them again? The Meltzer crowd.
Yeah.
They used to call them smart marks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But the smart marks are actually stupid as fuck.
Oh yeah.
So we did a video last week of why Braun isn't getting the reactions that he should be, right? And basically a lot of people started throwing in suggestions, and really they all threw in the same suggestion. And it was basically two things. It was that Braun, first, that his music sucks, or that his music doesn't have a siren in it, or that Braun's last name isn't Steiner, so that's why he's not getting over. Right? Yeah. So my point is that, one, just giving the motherfucker a siren in his music isn't going to get him over, just because his uncle had the siren in his song. And by the way, there is a siren in the beginning of his fucking song, so I don't know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. Sure, his music kind of sucks, but everybody's music sucks at this point. Like, music isn't going to get him over. Not to mention, if they actually named him Braun Steiner, that sounds like the name of a fucking local jobber that Braun Breaker actually squashes. You get what I'm saying? The thing that I think a lot of them keep missing is that what got Scott Steiner over, and really just Scott Steiner, because Rick Steiner wasn't really that over, was that the fact that he was a fucking psychopath in his promos, and it was accidentally funny.
And he was agile and big.
He wasn't really even agile. He was just a specimen. Like, his arms looked like he had tennis balls on him.
When it was the Steiner brothers, he was more acrobatic than he is when he got.
Yes,
bigger.
You're right.
Yeah,
he was doing the Frankensteiner and all that stuff. He wrestled actually more like Braun.
Yeah.
Now, but yeah, Scott really got over on a bigger level, where he's like legendary to this day, is because of his promos. He was insane on his promos, and he just said the most crazy shit, and it was funny. That's what got him over. And
that's what got Braun over. That's what got Braun over in NXT.
Right. And the fact is they're not doing any of that with him now.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I was into Braun when he was like, "Oh, if y'all don't understand what I'm saying, let me break it down in some math." And everybody went crazy, and he did the same equations like his uncle. Right. And it was hitting because it made sense, but he changed the equation every time. But it always ended with him being greater than the other person.
Right. Now, the thing too, though, is that I think he does need to find his own thing outside of his uncle's, like recycling his uncle's shit.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner stuff. But they need to have him doing the same thing, wrecking and destroying people, but then cutting little promos here and there where he's funny, where he's like sort of, I don't want to use the word witty, but he's like entertaining also.
Yeah.
And that's the two things. Coupling those two things together is what's going to get him over. They're not doing the two things. They're doing the one thing.
It goes back to what I was saying about us being older school. I think that will work for us. Him destroying shit and then picking up a mic and doing a promo after for these dumbasses that's watching it now, it will go over their head. If he's just not saying who wants these hands or who wants more or some shit like that. They're not.
No, that's what I'm saying is he needs to cut, like the way his uncle did it is he would say psychopath shit, but at the end of the day, all of that was amounting to "I'm gonna whip your ass." Yeah. That's all he was saying. He just couldn't really get the words together, and that's what made it funny. I'm not saying for him to do that because that's just something that accidentally happens.
Yeah,
is he has the sort of like he could talk, and they're not really letting him talk on the main roster. It's so weird. I don't get it. Why, like a guy that can do it?
I think Triple H. I think how Triple H does everything. He categorizes people. You are a squasher. You can squash people. So we're going to take away the mic. You squash people. You are a mic person. You're going to talk more on the mic than actually wrestle. You are a storytelling person. Like that's what they're trying to do.
And Braun's like, listen, let me just go out and cut a promo. And he's like, no, you don't need to cut a promo.
You don't look at you. You don't need to cut a promo.
You're a specimen.
Yeah, that's what it is now.
You're right, and I think it comes from that that NXT like formulaic kind of thing where everybody once they go through the NXT thing, they all come out wrestling the same, cutting the same kind of promos. They're all the same character. It's like you're right. There's like it's like the game, the video game where you got to pick 4 out of 4 different prototypes.
Yeah.
And you had to be those and play the
Yeah.
the movie star, the MMA guy.
Yeah. That's
The
literally
dark
how wrestling
3D
is.
character.
That's
Yeah.
how 2K is. 2K23 was just like that. You can
Yeah.
So that's what
Oh, I got
is.
it. Triple H is it's universal mode booking, where you have to make up your own story, but you get to see the wrestling. The wrestling's
Ooh.
there.
It's my GM's storytelling.
Yeah. You're right. And this is the thing too, is like where a lot of people were critiquing where I was saying the thing about him going against Dragunov and having a match that was way too competitive. And people kept, even though I said in the video I don't watch NXT and I have no plans to watch NXT, I just don't have that much time in my life for wrestling. Who does? They still threw at me, oh, well, in NXT, Dragunov was actually this gritty. They said you got it wrong too, but I think they basically explained the same thing. He was this smaller, strong man.
They literally said the same shit I said in a
They
dumber
just said
form.
he was. They used a different word like gritty or tough.
Gritty.
Or something like,
They used gritty when I said he was actually whooping ass as a small person. He was a strong, small guy. He was Cesaro.
Right.
That's what I said. And they said the same shit. Even one of the commenters used the same example as me too. Fucking idiot.
Exactly. they're not watching the full video.
They're not
watching the full video, or not listening to what we're actually saying.
No, they saw the title and then they.
Yeah, and none of this is coming from like Braun sucks or any like certain people suck. It's like this is how I think they could be better.
Actually, Braun's so good, we want him to be better.
We want him to be better. Of course, we wouldn't talk about it. You know how much shit that's on the show that we don't talk about?
Yeah,
because we don't give a fuck.
He has to get rid of the Frankensteiner. That's all. That's my only critique for Braun. Get rid of the Frankensteiner, bro. I'm tired of seeing the top rope Frankensteiner. Them shits are just looking worse and worse every time someone pulls one off.
Those types of moves, he needs to stop having competitive matches. He needs to stop selling so much. He's a killing machine. Let him be a killing machine.
Maybe they're trying. Like, I was reading an article. I usually read Bleacher Reports about like they grade each match every week. So I wanted to see what they had to say about Braun and Ludwig. So I read it. I'm not going to read the whole synopsis of it, but I'm just going to read the last part.
Okay.
They just said they're talking about the interference with the Celtic warrior with the spear that stood tall at the end of the segment 2 weeks ago. The interference made sense based on the witness a week ago between Sheamus and Kaiser, while Breakker continued to see his win-loss record hampered by the vendetta of the two others. Breakker was a babyface here, and if the commentary was any Breakker was a babyface here, and if the commentary was any indication, that is that direction his career is heading into. So even in synopsises, they're trying to figure out what Braun is.
What Braun is.
Yeah, they want to know if he's a baby face or if he's a heel. So that now they're like, oh, this week he looked like a baby face, and they're indicating he was a baby face this week.
Seems like it.
It seems like it. Like, it shouldn't be that. And that's the problem with Braun right now. If they have to post about him and they can't give a full detail because they just don't know, he's going to always look like that.
As far as him being a babyface or a heel, that I don't mind, because Braun is somebody that could be the tweener that everybody talks about. Yeah. I could see that. However, and a tweener that leans more towards face is what I'm saying. And also somebody who could just attack anybody and kind of get a pop for it. What I'm saying is that they're like, the fact that they can't identify who he is as a character is, I think, the problem. I can't tell you who Braun is. I can tell you he's a killing machine, but that's based off of just the athletics. I don't know who, like, you know, I get that he's a Steiner,
right?
But don't just rest on that laurel.
And then, okay, and I'm going to nip it in the bud for all the ones that said they should change his name and do all those other shit. We've seen what's happening with the likes of someone like Solo. Solo, who's emulating Umaga to the T. He's not getting the push he needs to either. You get what I'm saying? He's trying to follow a guideline from someone in his family, and it's not working for him. He needs to be his own person. People are already saying he's the bootleg Umaga. He doesn't have the same impact as Umaga. If you keep doing things as a former wrestler or a legend in that sense, you're going to lose every time because you're not going to catch the same essence of that person every time.
I will give Solo credit in the sense that he's trying. I think he really is trying to do something different.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I don't know if he just doesn't have the creativity.
What is it that he's doing different, if I may ask, if he's trying to?
Well, he's from Umaga, and like from that comparison is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that he's still wrestling like Umaga, like spitting image pretty much.
Every move, yeah.
But he's putting on more of this like mafioso kind of
his character.
Character, yes. But his wrestling, you're right. It's spitting image of Umaga.
Yeah, and that's where I'm also fearful if they do bring Zilla Fatu over. Zilla that's Umaga's son, and his moveset is just like Solo's. There's no difference. They're even up to their gear is the same.
Yeah, and this is where because we're gonna like confront somebody right now in the chat. The Sports Observer, right? And this isn't even like, any animosity. He says that you're crazy, that the Frankensteiner is the best move in Braun's moveset. First, let me just show.
This was literally on Monday.
Horrendous. Now, I get that his uncle did the move. However, that's where what we're talking about. He shouldn't be doing it because it looks stupid when he does. And
Sports Observer, if I didn't know Braun Breaker and you told me that was his best move in the set, and then I saw that clip, I'd have been like, this man's ass. And because I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
I would say change your name, take Observer. Yeah. But what I'm saying is he's only doing that move because his uncle did that move. He shouldn't be doing it though because it looks stupid. Don't do things it's just like Dominic at the beginning. He was trying to wrestle like a luchador because his father wrestled like a luchador because his father was the greatest luchador that ever lived.
Big fat ass.
Yeah, but it's like you're huge. You're 6 fucking something, I think, right? Yeah, it's like you're not your father.
If you remember when Dom first started, he tried to hit the ropes like Ray 2 by hitting the second rope instead of the top one, and he almost snapped his shit doing it that way.
Yeah, but the point is he didn't start getting over, and I mean over as a heel, until he got out of his father's shadow, and he did it the best way, where he literally like pushed his father away from him.
I am my own person.
Yeah, I don't give a I don't care, and he had to because he was like emulating his father way too much.
And if you even notice, Dom himself, no one ever really realized that he doesn't attach Mysterio last name on him. Yes, we know him as Dom Mysterio, and we'll still say that. But he'll just go Dirty Dom. That's it. He tries to take the last name out of the equation.
Yeah. So the point is, to connect this to Braun, is he doesn't have to do that move because it's in his lineage. He needs to come up with his own moveset, his own, like the same thing, recycling Scott Steiner's lines. That's fine to do every now and then, but you have to sprinkle in your own things and try your own things. Otherwise, you're just going to be doing Scott Steiner lines for the rest of your life, and that's going to get boring. The nostalgia is going to wear off on that.
And you have the potential of killing even your uncle's legacy doing that.
Yeah. How many fucking times can you come out and say 33 1/3% before it's like it loses its steam?
He changes the math, though. I told you that. It's great.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I love Steiner math. Steiner math is one of my favorite promos ever. I still say the math is correct on that. Check it. However, he needs to come up with his own thing.
Yeah, he has to have his own stick.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Rely on Steiner math for now until you, and then sprinkle in your own ideas until one of those pop off. You get what I'm saying? And then you slowly fade out Steiner math.
Don't take this wrong, but I think sometimes as wrestling fans, we are too picky. But Braun, he's not even using his family's name. He just do the Frankensteiner to honor his dad. Every wrestler do that. I do agree that moves do need work from him.
I gotta ask the Sports Observer here. Say it to yourself. Braun Steiner. Does that sound like money to you?
No, he's not even saying that. He's just saying
use the name Steiner.
No, he's just saying Braun doesn't use Steiner, but he does the Frankensteiner to honor his dad he said every wrestler has a homage move for somebody.
My point is that it doesn't always have to be that.
Bronson Steiner, that would probably work.
Bronson Steiner. Okay, all right, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
See, that's what people get my respect when they throw out a suggestion.
Yes.
You had the balls. Sports Observer, you had the balls to throw out a suggestion.
And the suggestion wasn't bad at all.
It shut me the fuck up.
Bronson Steiner. Matter of fact, now I'm actually kind of want Bronson.
I kind of want Bronson Steiner.
Bronson sound like someone that's coming to destroy some shit.
That might fuck up Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Braun Steiner will get his ass whooped by Bronson Steiner any fucking day of the week.
Oh man, yeah. I'm just saying.
But they won't do it because it's Bronson Reed. They'll be just two.
Him wrestling is honoring his father. That's all I'm saying. I think the fact that they're not hiding his lineage, they're not hiding his connection to the Steiners. Like when he comes out, they mention it on commentary. I think my point is I think he's doing it too much and it's not developing his own thing. I'm not, again, I don't hate what he's doing.
Now, mind you, there is a compelling argument though. Let's say someone like the Roman Reigns, had to be force fed by the company to be liked after Shield. We never heard any time, son of Sika, ever.
Right. By the way, rest in peace, Sika.
Rest in peace, Sika.
Yeah.
But, however, he didn't become a household name and as big as he is until he started mentioning his family.
His family, yeah.
So there is times where it can work, but it's not like he's out there doing wild Samoan moves either. He has actually no moveset of his people other than Samoan drop.
I got you. Again, I'm just gonna reiterate it one more time.
Roman falls when you give him a headbutt. I'm just letting you know that.
But I think Roman developed a couple things on his own, like the acknowledge me, putting up the one. Like he came up with some things that his people weren't doing before that.
Do you know he said acknowledge me since Shield?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Lillian Garcia said something about, but no one really knows Roman Reigns or something to that effect because he was always the quiet one.
Right.
And he was like, they'll acknowledge me. Do you guys acknowledge me? They acknowledge me. He said that shit from then, bro. So it was, okay. I'm guessing he remembered him saying that and he just kept playing on it.
He probably had that like in his mind, like I'm gonna use that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked. I mean, you can't get mad. A lot of people hate it, but I think it's supposed to be hated. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Again, I still definitely have high praise for Braun. I just think WWE's not booking him right on the main roster, and I think it's because they write the main roster NXT call-ups like everybody already watched their entire run on NXT.
They're really afraid on hurting any of their top stars now by bringing in the NXT person.
That too, yeah, absolutely. And they treat their NXT guys like lower level compared to the people who've been there.
Business, and they need to do what's right for business. So
right, yes.
If they need to take some people off of the main card to put Braun on, so be it. Do it.
Well, there's also ways to lose matches and still not lose credibility. I don't understand this thing where people think
the best way to never lose credibility and being a big tough person is having a fatal 4-way, and some way somehow he's immobilized and someone else sneaks a win in. That's the way to keep your momentum going.
It's an easy out. It's an easy out.
Yeah.
But you want something more creative than that, I think. But all right, well, we'll see excuse me, if they'll develop his mic skills and personality more on the show. Look, I wish they would, because I'm starting to like Dragunov the way he wrestles, because he does have his own original style.
Yeah.
But I just wish he had more of a personality.
See, the thing with Braun and Braun promo as of lately, it hasn't been on the mic more, it's been social media. And I think that's where the disconnect comes, because not all of us are going to be following on social media after watching a show. It should be show based, like we were talking about. Like, there's motherfuckers that just turn it on Monday, turn it off, waiting for next Monday, or waiting for just Thursday just to turn it on to watch.
They're having matches on Raw and SmackDown based on
Twitter beef
stats on Twitter. Yeah. And it's like, I don't follow any of these people. I do political content, really, mostly. This is just our fun thing. I don't want to get that deep into wrestling as far as the behind the scenes, because we do a show. I like to do it from the casual fan standpoint.
Yeah.
And it's that's why they need to stop doing that. And what my problem is, this is what I said with the NXT thing, is I feel like it's WWE's cheap way of getting us to want to go subscribe to their social medias.
Yeah.
They want us to go follow Sami Zayn so we can see him fucking challenging somebody.
Because Braun is always going at Adam Pearce during that. Well, how would we know that if we don't know that? You know what I'm saying? If we don't see it.
And this is the crazy thing, is the only time when Braun was going after Adam Pearce, when he was taking out Ricochet and all that stuff, he was slowly getting little reactions out of that. But then once they pulled him away from Adam Pearce and him standing up to Adam Pearce, it kind of died down a little bit. I get the feeling that the fans want Braun to be a opposition to management. You know what I mean? And I think he would work really well as that. The company can't control that guy. You know what I mean? They keep finding him and suspending him and stuff like that. I think that would be a good place for him, because then him and Adam Pearce could have a little back and forth. And then you almost build it up. Remember how Austin McMahon, and hate to compare it to that, but Austin McMahon didn't start out as Vince outright saying, "I hate Austin."
Right.
That was a huge buildup, and then when he finally said it, everybody was like, "Oh shit!" He said it out loud.
Yeah.
We knew it the whole time, but he finally said it. So it's one of those things. They could build that up kind of slowly, and I think it would work with Braun. But and then on top of it, he can cut promos. He's actually a good talker, and he comes off like a blue collar guy. But I'll give you the last word on Braun, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, everybody that was talking in our comments, we need y'all to grow the fuck up. To be real, be real with yourself, have a taste of reality, and know that we're not saying everything. When we have a critique, it's not that we hate the person or they suck. Sometimes it's actually needed to have some critique to make a better fucking entertainment for the ones that want entertainment. Whatever you guys want, I don't know what y'all are trying to form wrestling entertainment to be, but I'm not with it, and y'all just need to stop.
Yeah, and stop with the absolutism, where it's because like you just said, because I critique something a little bit, that then they go, "Oh, so you'd rather have this?" And it's bro, just saying, I like this one thing, but I think it just,
we literally would tell you what we want, so stop adding what we want.
We literally have a segment called "Get Him the Fuck Out of Here."
Yeah,
that we tell you when we're done with something and it's over. We like to, because we're trying to, because I get it that a lot of people have that absolutism.
Right.
We're not that.
No.
Yeah.
And
So
no,
we'll
just
take,
because we'll critique one WWE wrestler doesn't make us the biggest AEW mark either. Like, I'm tired of that shit too.
yeah, you're right. Go watch AEW then. No, I fucking.
Matter of fact, I will.
Yeah. What is that gonna do?
Yeah.
Except for piss you off every Wednesday night.
I promise you, I don't know if it's just my TV or my cable knows, but I tried to watch AEW for the last 2 weeks, and for some reason, no volume comes in when Dynamite's playing. I don't know why. I'm going to record it just to show y'all that it's not me. TBS just does not want to play that shit for me, and I think that because
that's great. You got to like record that or something.
Hey, it makes the show better because now I use my imagination of what they're saying, and it's a 10 times better show.
You'd rather book it yourself.
Book it myself, baby. Matter of fact, Triple H do that for a week. Mute the shit and just let them take over in their imaginations.
Just give people more promo time. Let them dangle. If they suck, let them suck. And let them learn. Yeah.
Let them learn, put them back where they need to, because y'all have placements for those, and then put the ones that are doing better up. Stop holding them down, bro. Stop doing it.
We have all these coals, and you need to put the pressure on them. Make them diamonds.
For real, turn them to diamonds. You have a bunch of what happened. This is what it is. Triple H. Vince McMahon used to make. Triple H makes ice cubes. He has water wrestlers. They'll turn the ice cubes when the pressure's on. They'll fucking melt back the water.
Yes.
Where Vince would have egg wrestlers. When you put the pressure on them and you hard boil them, they can never turn back to a fucking egg.
You're right.
And that's the difference, bro. That is the difference between the bookings of these two.
Right.
I favor the ice cube wrestlers, and that's not going to work.
There's a very famous story as well where Patrice O'Neal used to write for WWE at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he saw I think it was Tiger Ali Singh or somebody.
Yeah. And
they were teaming up with D'Lo Brown, and they made them do this like offensive Arab gimmick where D'Lo was wearing a turban and the guy was like, please, this is dishonoring my family and this and that. And Vince's answer was like, you're either gonna wear the fucking turban or you're gonna get the fuck out of here. And I think there needs to be a level of that. I think there's also a level of where these guys aren't pressured enough to be good. They're in their comfort zones too much, and they're letting them be in their comfort zone. Like Jimmy Uso.
Honest,
go ahead.
To be honest, I respect Vince for doing that back then, but shit like that wouldn't slide now. Like disrespecting a culture or anything like that, and they're begging please, and you're still like, fuck it, I'm doing it for business. Is not going to help the business any nowadays.
I'm not saying the offensive part of it. What I'm saying is the thing of where like certain people aren't on the level to say I'm not going to do that or I'm too.
Definitely.
Some of these people need to be forced to do things out of their comfort zone. Like we were talking about the yeet thing earlier. Yeah. Somebody needs to tell him, listen, you're relying on the yeet thing too much. Like use it still, but develop something else behind the yeet thing, or we're going to put you back with your fucking brother. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to have some kind of, like, risk and reward, and then if you don't fucking
plot
develop or do... Well, no, what I'm saying just as the talent themselves, they need to, like, have a thing where, like, listen, my spot is in jeopardy. They don't have that enough anymore. Like, a dude can get like be out of the picture and come right back and be put right in the main event. Yeah. It's like there's not enough.
Here's the plot twist with Jey Uso. What if there's some Alec Baldwin looking ass writer back there, some middle-aged old white dude, and he was like, "Yeet, you gotta say it every week, man. You got to." He's like,
"That's what I'm saying.
This shit is played out. No, you have to, or you're getting fired."
Oh, you mean it's pressured the other way? Yeah, you're right. It probably is. It probably is. It's them pressuring them to stay in their comfort zone. And that's what I'm saying. They need to get people out of their comfort zone where it's like, listen, you know what? When Yeet gets to almost its like peak, which it is right now, probably, they need to like have him like not do it anymore. Come up with something else. We're going to put the pressure on you now. Don't do the yeet anymore. Come up with something else.
I think where it could have played out, but they fucked up with the yeet, is save no yeet. because I get they were trying to do a Jimmy versus Jay kind of quote unquote, but he could have left the no yeet, and it could have been like Daniel Bryant with the yes going to no.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
I was literally. It's funny when you started talking, it popped in my head. I was gonna say that after. It could have been exactly his heel turn.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing that no more. No heat.
Yeah. Because I feel like even when we gave him the fuck out of here for the promo of the week for that bad Money in the Bank induction.
Yeah.
I believe he had something more to say or wanted to say it differently, but the writers was like, no, you got to go out there and say it like way we write Jimmy Uso to say it.
See,
which made it come out like not genuine.
I get the feeling that it happens like this, where it's more okay, like because there was a point in that promo where you could see him like getting nervous because he was like losing it a little bit, and then he kind of got back on. Yeah. But I think it was more that he got back on because he was like, okay, now I'm gonna rush to the end of the promo because I'm fucking up and I'm nervous. I don't like this feeling. You get what I'm saying? It's I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
I don't like what I'm doing, so let me get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna do it because I want to keep my job, but it ain't gonna be the best.
Let me get this over with as quick as possible now, so that.
But he had more to say, but they turned his music back on. So I'm guessing they're like, "Oh, you said you said all the key points we wanted you to say. So fuck what you have with your creation,
right?
Your creative side."
And they pulled him out of it instead of like letting him sit there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sit there and dangle for a little bit. Let him feel nervous. Let him fuck up if he has to.
I didn't want to bring this up because of the fraction it is, but they discussed the whole not having creative say so with Triple H at all. Like Triple H is not giving a fuck what they have to say more than what the writers say.
Really?
And that was with MVP and
Hurt Business.
Hurt Business. Like they had a whole thread of comments from all of them speaking their opinion of how it should have went or what their plans of the Hurt Business was and how they got shut down every time and it was Triple H.
I'll be honest, anytime I saw the Hurt Business, it wasn't really that like entertaining to me, but I can't give you a full like
reason
opinion on I can't give you a full opinion on it because I didn't watch all of it, so I don't know if it was great or not. Like
the Hurt Business was needed. I'll say it like that. It was a needed fraction.
It could come back, is what you're saying.
It should come back because I'm not saying they were the dominant fraction, but they were shaking feathers. You know what I'm saying? Like
during the pandemic too, right?
During the pandemic, yeah. Because they kind of fall into the same motion of how we felt about the House of Pain, the Hall of Pain. They were kind of given that kind of feel when they came out.
Like we're here to hurt.
Yeah, we came to fuck y'all up. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we're coming for the belts. We're just here to listen here, though. Y'all thought y'all running shit, but you got to come through us. And we're not gangsters with it. Like we're not like thugs. We're
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like we're
mafia, baby.
We're black guys, but we're trained assassins.
Yeah,
we're not fucking around.
Yeah, look at our leader. That nigga's a big milk dud swole nigga.
Final boss. Yeah,
and look who talks for us when cornrow used to wear ass blinged out nigga. Like that's what it was.
Well, I felt like when I was watching it, he was kind of going with like the new age Teddy Long.
He was honestly, if I had to compare it, not saying that he was, but to compare, he was trying to be CM Punk, Paul Heyman.
Now, I this is gonna kind of change the subject, but I was trying to narrow it down because we always talk about this like change in wrestling, right? The way that people think about wrestling, where it's like, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We always talk about how there was this like this change in wrestling where it's like the mentality of Dean Malenko was the greatest wrestler ever, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Young Bucks are amazing.
Right.
Oh my God. Everything is epic. You know what I mean? I think all of that started, like that became mainstream thinking when the pipe bomb dropped. Because if you think about it.
I thought it was the pandemic.
No. It happened before that.
Your head up.
It was CM Punk's pipe bomb. is what made those wrestling fans become more vocal and go and almost validated them. The problem is that CM Punk was wrong in the promo. You get what I'm saying? Even from his own standpoint. Like, he created a huge buzz. He made himself a legend, but in reality, he fucking left because he didn't get it his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't the real deal. And now he's back, but he keeps getting injured. Like, and the thing is that type of wrestling that they kind of fostered in after that, it worked with Daniel Bryan, you know, kind of, but he didn't last long either. You know what I mean? Those guys, the fighting champion and all that stuff, like kind of dissing John Cena because he was the, you know, the baby face.
Yeah.
He was the new Hulk Hogan. Like, we're going to rebel against that. That all started with the pipe bomb.
The pipe bomb.
Yeah. I think so.
But I have to go back and I could say it's the pipe bomb, but even the product of AEW when they first started was a better show before the Meltzers and everybody started having their opinions of the show. Because we went and saw AEW show and it wasn't bad.
At that time it wasn't.
Yeah. It wasn't bad at all.
We had fun.
So, yeah.
Left early, but we had fun.
Yeah, we didn't know nobody. What the fuck? We came from Orange Cassidy and DDP.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, you were saying?
But yeah, so I could see it being fostered by the pipe bomb, but there's something else that went along with the pipe bomb. Pipe bomb was definitely the initiation, but there was another event that happened in between. I just can't tell which one it is that really solidified the crybabies. And the super kickies and the flippy doies and all of that, like the indie wrestling fans.
Indie wrestling.
I feel like it's the pandemic because it was more time to watch that and everything started to look like indies.
This is what I'm saying. I don't think because AEW started before the pandemic, right?
Right, like literally on the kiss.
Like a year before, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, obviously, I want to just clarify that thinking was around before because we have the Meltzers, we have all the, you know, the Wrestling Observers and all those people.
It did. I know when it was. Is when they collaborated with New Japan Wrestling. Is when it got. That's when it went to the shithole for AEW.
No, what I'm trying to say is that it was all that thinking was there, but it wasn't put to the forefront of like even WWE creative. Thinking about, because if you remember, they were ignoring that stuff,
right?
Because they looked at it and was like, it's not going to sell. People want wrestling with a story. That's the point of wrestling. They don't want Ring of Honor. That's why Ring of Honor isn't on the top, because they treat it like it's a real competition.
Right?
It's fucking retarded.
But I can't. But then again, they have people like AJ Styles that came from Ring of Honor and CM Punk that came from Ring of Honor, and it's like they forgot that's what they were doing in Ring of Honor and turned into the greatest wrestlers of all time.
CM Punk's pipe bomb was all about rebelling against the whole sports entertainer thing.
You're right.
And him going, we're wrestlers. And it's like, no, bro, you're sports entertainers.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck sold for many. You acting like you're real wrestlers is what's like, you know, or you actually competing like it's real wrestling.
Right.
Is what's not selling. You know what I mean? So my point is that thought, I think, crept into the creative
I remember that
side
time because we talked about it once upon a time too, when Chris Jericho and everybody was talking about we said there was going to be a war between wrestlers and sport entertainers.
Right. Yes. And that's why we even open our show by saying we're the most dangerous podcast in sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Because we're like that whole thing, like that's the whole point of why we made the show. Was because we were kind of going against like that and we were going more with the old school. So that's what I'm saying. It's the people who were trying to reinvent the wheel and it didn't need to be done. It's just big personalities, good storylines, and then the athletics come. That's wrestling. That's all it is. It's very simple. And they shied away from that and started treating them like real athletes. And the reason why I'm saying that came from the CM Punk is it just put it in the forefront of
he broke
putting
the
it in creative. Yeah, it put it into the creative of WWE, and that's the company that never wanted to go that route. Vince hated that shit.
Yeah, I get you.
So yeah, that's my argument. So I don't know. We can get out of here.
Yeah, I think we covered everything
and more, huh?
I was supposed to tell you something.
Oh, what?
Okay, so they're in the works for 2 legendary contracts to be placed in a match for WrestleMania 41. And one of the names is Goldberg, because Goldberg was promised a legend match with Vince. So they're going to seek his request for WrestleMania 41. And do you want to know who his opponent will be?
I say they give him what he wants. Bring back Vince.
He's not going against Vince.
All right, wait. So they got an opponent possibly picked out? Is what you're saying?
There's an opponent that's in the works for 41 that's also coming with a legendary contract.
Oh, a legend deal.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Brock Lesnar?
No.
Don't tell me Undertaker.
No. Bro,
right, I'm gonna guess. Let me guess 2 more.
Yeah, it's very you have to really dig deep because we say it's a legend deal, but he ain't no legend.
Oh. Let me think. See, now you just kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
He ain't no legend.
He ain't no legend.
Sports Observer says Sting.
It ain't.
Sting is a legend.
Yeah, it ain't Sting.
You could actually, yeah. AJ Styles.
As much as I would want Sting to have another match after what Darby Allin did to him in AEW, it's not Sting.
Fuck, I think I'm kind of stumped. You threw me off with that last statement. He's not a legend, but he's not an active wrestler.
He's not an active wrestler.
Yeah, I think I'm. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
You getting ready to log out?
Go ahead.
Ryback. And that's the show, guys.
Ryback, really?
Ryback.
Listen, I wasn't a like a Ryback fan, but I didn't hate him either. But legend, and is that like we need this? We need this?
I think the only person that needs this is Ryback.
Yeah, only person that wants this.
Yeah.
You know what I was gonna say? I was actually gonna say Matt Riddle because that was talks of that happening.
I would prefer Matt Riddle over Ryback.
Now that you said Ryback, I want Matt Riddle to come back. Did you see Matt Riddle's doing like birthday parties now?
Matt Riddle's on Cameo.
Oh. We'll just play this video of Matt Riddle at a birthday party. Is that a black?
Oh, speaking of birthday parties, did you see that Cody Rhodes, our champion, went out to someone's birthday party too?
Oh yeah, politician Cody Rhodes. He's running for president. Cody 2024.
Oh boy.
He went to somebody's birthday party?
Yeah.
Well, he does that a lot. He goes to like people's weddings and stuff. He'll like be somebody's best man because they asked him that at all.
You a word of advice, Cody. When these Make-A-Wish kids are asking for a WWE superstar, you should be the last one raising your hand to go to these Make-A-Wish.
You should tell that. You should. Sorry, go ahead.
I said I doubt half of these kids want to see you the last thing before they die. Like, give them what they want. They would rather fucking ballhead John Cena before you.
I was about to say if a kid asked for a Make-A-Wish from a wrestler, Cody Rhodes should say, "I have John Cena's number."
Yeah. I wouldn't blame the kid if they pulled their own plug once they saw Cody walk in.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Is it pandering? That you can't really call that pandering because that's like another level. I think you're showing up to the party.
Oh, that's just, yeah.
Let's show Matt Riddle. No, I mean, yes.
The man has this whole promo. Like, he still walks out like he's in the ring.
Yeah, like it's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Why are they all wearing Jimmy shirts, though?
Because it says yeet.
It looks like a cookout.
It
Black
does.
Black party.
Hey, there's a few whiteys in there.
Yeah, but looking uncomfortable as usual.
Matt feels at home. Oh, is it actually a ring? Is he gonna wrestle somebody for this birthday?
I think that's what was going on. Oh yeah, there's a jobber in the ring.
This is actually kind of dope.
Oh, he hit grandma with his slippers.
Oh,
that would be kind of cool, like as a fan.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Do you have the Cody one?
The Cody one, I actually find it real
That's got to be a cringe fest.
It's always a cringe fest when Cody's involved.
Rhodes birthday party.
All right, here it is.
Did they do the whoa whoa? I bet you they did the whoa whoa.
It just has a picture.
Oh, okay.
It's just him on his plane, and it says in the story, it says, "When you give somebody your word, you best show up. Fun excursion plan today." And then that was it.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes making good on promise to attend fans' 5th birthday party. Oh, it's a little girl. Okay. I thought it was some fucking fat incel.
Bro, that's even worse. A little girl.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this. I mean, he brought his wife with him. It's not like
the fuck does that mean?
Sprinkle a little brandy on anything. The fuck does that mean? Hey, Jeffrey Epstein had Gisela, right?
Right.
Oh man, bitches are worse. Yeah. No, I mean, because I was gonna say before I saw it, I was gonna say this would be more endearing if it was a kid's birthday or something, and he was showing up like as a, because I think this kid is like a special needs child.
That's what I was saying. That's why I brought up the Make-A-Wish thing. Like, I would not.
Yeah, I don't think it's Make-A-Wish. I just think it's a special needs.
Even a special need kid is not looking for Cody to come through. They want Roman.
Mr. Cody, do you know Roman Reigns? And then he gets sad. That I'm getting over.
Even the disabled kid looks at Cody and goes, "I know I could take you on." When I grow up, I don't want to be like you.
Oh man, the kid that's on chemo goes, "You're not so big."
And they'll go, you know Roman Reigns beat leukemia twice. He's my hero. You
Oh
do
my
shit.
God. How many times did you beat leukemia, Cody? And he has to go, oh shit.
Well, this day 2 years ago, my dad was
my dad. My father had prostate cancer. 2 years ago on this day.
My father was in chemo. Who's your father? You know Dusty Rhodes? Never heard of him.
But he sounds stupid.
Did he have a neck tattoo like you?
No, he was smarter. He sounds like he stinks.
Wait a minute. Isn't your brother Goldust?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Oh my God. Oh, he's on AEW. What's that?
AEW, wasn't that what you were on? And then you came back here.
No, even they know AEW sucks. Tony Khan's on cocaine.
And they called me retarded.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there's I'll cut him some slack. It was a special needs kid, I feel. I thought it was some 25-year-old incel that was finally
that was last week's.
That was last week's.
Yeah.
Well, that was a wedding. And they were just celebrating that one of his fans got pussy for the first time.
It was definitely a same-sex wedding, Chris.
Plastic.
Two women.
Two butch lesbians.
He symbolizes scissoring. That eagle now represents scissoring.
They saw his hair and they were like, "Oh, he's definitely part of the community.
He's definitely Ellen DeGeneres' son."
Yeah. They looked at Brandy and they were like, "Oh, good work." I think that she.
Yo, there's a competition out there between Brandy and Bray Wyatt's wife.
JoJo?
Yeah, Scrumptious.
Oh, she's always been. Yeah. I would have left my wife too.
For real. Fuck them kids.
Bray Wyatt really was a nigga, wasn't he?
To be honest, I had to fill in the blanks in the documentary because he was like, Bray loved all his daughters. Yeah, but for a moment he said fuck them when he went to JoJo. There's a few months Daddy did not see his kid.
Yeah, there was a lot of cover up in that documentary. So the ex-wife's eyes were twitching at that point.
It went from baby pictures to when they're growing with Bray Wyatt.
It went from toddler to graduation picture.
Yeah. He's always on the road. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's always on the road. He was out 6 months per year.
Yep. Sure thing.
He was still telling his family he was on TV.
Yeah, I was just doing the after calls. Had a bunch of after call matches,
JoJo was like, aren't they gonna know it? They don't watch Raw, man.
They don't know what happens after 10 o'clock.
I tell them cut it off, man. There's gonna be a lot of stuff you don't want to see.
And I had to tell them over and over again to cut it off at 10 o'clock immediately.
That's when the show gets wild, man.
You don't know. You want to know how I made up the Fiend, man? Oh, feeding for JoJo pussy, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all never feed for JoJo's pussy.
His wife called him and said, what's this I've been hearing about you and JoJo? And he went, they've been lying to you, man.
And all that shout out to Sports Observer. All I told her was let me in, man.
That's how he came up with the whole thing.
I said it one time, it worked. Just kept using it.
He penetrated JoJo for the first time. He went, yowie, wowie.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man.
He was like, I'm an epitome of a wrestler when I saw JoJo. I'm laying the SmackDown Raw on her ass.
He carried the lantern in the room.
Told my wife, NXT, next.
Carried the lantern in the room, laid it down next to JoJo's pussy.
I was a different kind of rabbling rabbit that night, if you understand. Beat the pussy up until I saw Mercy the Buzzard. This is how the characters came up, bro. I'm telling you.
It all popped into his head.
Who's to say Sister Abigail's not like his ex-wife's sister name is some shit? Oh, the tales of Sister Abigail.
Imagine if that on the documentary, she starts talking and it pops up the little nameplate. It says Abby. Oh, that's his wife's name. Oh shit, Abby the witch.
The witch. If it weren't PG, it would have had a B instead of the W. But I just we had to run it with witch. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that one.
Oh man.
That was great.
Jojo said turn off the lights. It went doo-doo-doo, ah!
That sheep is supposed to symbolize something. I always wondered what that sheep meant. Now I know.
Oh my god.
You're a fucking fox under the sheep's clothing there, guy. It's just cut off the light. Ah!
Oh man, I don't know.
When he says I'm here, when Bray says I'm here, there's another lantern that's getting blown out if you catch my drift. Light ain't shining bright tonight, man.
He's shining bright tonight.
Rest in peace, Bray. And Jojo, if you ever see this, holla at me. I know you probably lonely, you know.
Oh Jesus.
Hit the Kodak, man. Hey, somebody got to say it. Someone shoot a shot.
Everybody wants to say it, and somebody had to.
I had to.
Yeah.
Just like Samantha. If Ricochet's AEW check is looking kind of short.
See, that's different. I'm hoping Ricochet slips off the top turnbuckle and fucking takes a spill.
When I found that it was a real windshield he went through, I said, I hope he fucking killed something. I hope something's broken. hope he's never able to perform in the bed again. I don't care if he can perform in the room. I don't care if he can perform in the ring. Can't perform in bed? Great.
I hope he broke his dick on that windshield. And Samantha's like, all right, I'm going to start a fucking wrestling podcast.
Especially the ruthless ones.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be amazing.
What a scenario. You know, after seeing your dick broken, it's better off just talking to the ones that know wrestling and not doing it. No. Their dicks never break.
She tries to make it work for like a couple months, you know. This is just not working. Not working. All right. Oh, did you hear about what do you call it? Speaking of dicks, did you hear about Too Cold Scorpio?
No.
He got arrested for stabbing somebody.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I just thought I'd bring that up.
Okay. Another news.
And how many people aren't surprised?
Hey,
I don't know.
You want to hear the best quote I've heard from Tony Khan? It's really not the best quote. He goes, I think right now across the board, everyone thinks this is by far the best wrestling in history of AEW in the women's division. And I think we have the best women's wrestlers in the world right now. That's what he goes into his latest thing and has to brag about, the women. Because ain't not one dude shaking his dick on fucking for AEW right now.
Don't they literally have like the worst women's division?
They have all the
promo.
They have all the ex WWE women.
That's all it is.
That
yeah.
WWE didn't want no more.
And then WWE's getting all the I guess the good ones.
The good ones.
As good as women get.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Wow.
Y'all can have Shotzi.
What a delusional fuck Tony Khan is.
It's not delusional. That's just the way to. That's how you could avoid real conversation. He could avoid a real quote by saying some bullshit like that.
Yeah. It's like propaganda. It's like we're gonna be doing one, but we're gonna tell you we're doing something, and then all the fans that dick ride us and Melters and all the the people that we're supposedly paying. They're gonna tell our narrative, and now like we don't even have to present good wrestling now because we're just saying it and everybody's repeating the line.
Yeah, it's the Jay-Z factor.
Yeah,
Speak it to existence.
the best rapper alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I guess maybe he read The Secret. He looks like
The
a
secret is denial, 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 and more denial. And do it with your head up and 15 fucking 8 balls in your system.
You're right. It's called crystal meth. Again, I'm not saying he is, but Tony Khan appears to be on cocaine.
Yeah.
And he sounds like, even in print, he sounds like he's on cocaine. I bet you there's a wide-eyed picture of him next to that quote. A wide-eyed, hair messed up picture.
Oh man, just because you said that, I'm gonna bring it back.
Sure.
He's not really wide-eyed. He does look like he's crashed out right now. It's definitely
every picture is he's like this, his eyes wide.
Definitely crashed out. Oh, let me
he's starting to come off his bender.
Yeah, he's off of it right now. Which one is it?
He's at the point where he's going, yeah, I'm 13 days clean.
I'm 3 hours clean.
Yeah, I'm 72 hours clean.
Why is it not showing up? There we go, share.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can still see it in his eyes, though.
You could definitely see. You could see it on his nose bridge. It's a little whitey right here, you know. Don't tell me that's the lights.
Caught in his mustache stubble. Yeah, this guy's
he took sand eating to a totally different meaning, bro.
He's one of those millennials that make me feel like an old man. Because whenever I look at him, I'm like, you need to get a haircut, Sonny. Straighten up that tie.
There's no doubt about it that he had that 70s show moment with Hunter Biden, bro. There's no way he has.
Oh, absolutely.
They definitely have those philosophy talks together, bro. Do you think blind people see light? Whoa, I never thought of that.
Do blind people see in their dreams? Do they have dreams? Bro, oh my God.
Do bald people know where to stop washing their face? Whoa.
Oh my God. People make me sick.
Yeah, fuck Tony Khan. Get him off the screen.
He looks like the type of guy that goes, no, I don't smoke pot. It slows me down too much.
No, he's the one that says, I don't smoke it. I just inhale it.
No, man. I do Eddies, though.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I'm not too on the hardcore of it, but I do pop a Eddie.
Yeah. And then I'll go, I smoke a bowl every now and then, but when I want to kind of chill out.
You call me the occasional stoner. That's what he says.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that was good fun, good wrestling talk.
Yes, sir.
Anything to promo on the way out here?
You can follow me on YouTube at Wonderland, where I'll be sharing most of my WWE and all my other wrestling memorabilia. I've been actually working on all my videos. I've been editing some. I'm about to start pushing out some soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Nice. Amazing collection this guy has, guys. So he has anybody that doesn't know, he's been collecting. You actually started not too long ago, and your collection is freaking insane. So you see a little bit. Don't show any because you got to save it for the channel. But you see a little bit back there in the corner.
See a little bit.
Your belt collection is insane. So
yeah, that's what I hide the most. Yeah, I've noticed I don't see the belts. You can see the figurines.
I have to. I'm actually gonna watch it as a fan on your channel because I haven't seen all your belts. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some that's have been hidden.
So if you guys are into wrestling collectibles and merchandise and stuff. Wonder's about to get his channel popping over there, Wonderland.
Yes, sir.
And tomorrow we'll be doing our main show. If anybody doesn't know, we do like a political kind of pop culture.
It's gonna be a doozy tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have quite a bit to talk about. We haven't done a show in a week, I think. We missed last
Isn't
week.
the debates tomorrow?
Yes, the presidential debate. So we'll be chiming in and out of that. Yeah, so that's gonna be tomorrow, I believe, 8-ish, 9-ish. We'll jump
somewhere around there. Yeah.
At night. We usually do shows at night. So
yeah.
If you're into, just random topics and stuff, you like our humor. If you just want to hate on us, I don't like to say hate on us. If you just want to hate us,
hate us.
Sound like fucking
hate us.
Yeah.
Hate on us, yeah, just some pompous asshole shit.
Yeah. If you want to hate us.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to disagree with us, have a good little conversation.
If you actually want to have a conversation, God damn it, call in. We're waiting for someone to call in, bro. Just please grow the balls, pick up your phone, guys, and call the number on the screen.
I was thinking, I don't know if this would work, but maybe like if we ever do one of our reaction or like after PLE shows or something, we'll do a call in and just like get people's.
I'm pretty sure our wrestling fans will definitely call in before our fucking main channel fans.
Absolutely, yeah.
I feel it in my soul. They would.
Basically, I've been thinking of opening phone lines on Kayfabe. So
what I was thinking about doing was going on True People search, find these assholes and call them. And see
Hey, I don't know what the legalities of that is, but hey, we did it with the White Rabbit.
Yeah, we did it with the White Rabbit. We were able to infiltrate numbers before and call.
I think the legality is that you just have to tell them they're on air.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
They have the choice to hang up or not at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll figure some stuff out, but we'll definitely do a call-in show on Kayfabe sometime soon because I'd like to hear. Wrestling fans are pretty vocal, so
yeah,
I think we could have some good conversation. And we're trust me, we may get like fucking hyper and aggressive and shit, but it's all in good spirit of debate and conversation and all that stuff. Now that's the last disclaimer I'm gonna make. I promise.
No, we're gonna have to give a disclaimer again because we get new followers every day. So this disclaimer has to be said.
It's gonna have to be said again.
Yeah,
it's never
often, but
never mistaken disclaimer for apology. That's all I'm saying.
Great way of doing it. And guys, if you are watching our show, even if you watch the main channel and you coming on over just to watch some wrestling content with us, make sure you share it with your friends. If you hear something we say in a debate, even if it's listen to what these two assholes had to say, let them listen to it. Let them see it. Let them watch it. Let them have their opinion too. Let them comment. Like, just share what we say out to other people, even if you disagree, so they could come in disagree with us. You know what I'm saying? So
listen, that's where we differ from other shows. We accept and we not appreciate, but we accept the hatred.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that even as like a deep-seated thing. I'm just saying we accept criticism because we criticize. So if you want to criticize us, go right the fuck.
Yeah, like I hated Sports Observer until he said Bronson Steiner. He's my best friend.
We're reasonable. Yeah. We're assholes, but we're reasonable. We're reasonable dicks. That's kind of where we're coming from. So hopefully you understand. We don't like to not give you our characters like fucking WWE.
Right.
Gotta read between the lines. All right, well, we're out of here, guys. Thank you so much.
But let's just shout out the chat room.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't say our main channel is at Misfit Nation on YouTube. At Misfit Nation. You can see it up there in the corner above Wonder's head. Misfit Nation. Yeah. Spelled how it sounds. Look us up if you're into the main stuff. Yep. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Wonder? There it is.
No, I was just gonna shout out the chat real quick. We had a few people in the chat
today.
We had Darnell Stewart. Shout outs to you, sir. Humble _85.
Yes. Rican Reactions.
Rican Reactions. 1/3 of PUWF, right? That's
PUWF, yes. Another
Yes.
wrestling podcast.
Another wrestling. Y'all check them out as well.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, they should have a show tonight. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So D-Walk should be doing NXT.
NXT, yeah.
Soon, yeah. I'll probably jump on to that.
Shout outs to D-Walk and Joe
Benintel. Yes, sir. The Sports Observer was also in the comments. Shout outs to you, sir.
Shout outs to him.
And we had fucking Skrillbot in the chat, guys.
I was about to say it was Dick.
This man said Crime Time should make a comeback. One's dead, you fucking idiot.
I was about to say.
One's fucking dead for being a hero, you bitch.
By the way, I saw one of the most hilarious promos ever was Crime Time stealing Booker T's wallet, King Booker's wallet.
Yeah.
And then he turns into Booker T turns back into a hood dude.
Yep.
But before that, he's like, coach is like, what were they even saying? And Booker T goes, I don't speak Ebonics. He was such a snob. It was hilarious.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. King Booker come back, lead his own stable.
King Booker.
Booker. All right. Well, shout outs to all you guys. Appreciate you, and the 13 others who didn't drop any comments. We give you a lesser shout out, but it's a shout out nonetheless.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're out of here, guys. Thank you again.
Yes. Yes. And yes.
And I'm forgetting something. Oh, that's right. Right.
This is a Misfit Nation production.
You want to be a friend of the cartel?
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the studio, they are the most dangerous podcast in sports entertainment. Crishaun the Don and Wunda from Kayfabe Kartel.
You're staying. You belong to the cartel now.